n'ụwa na-agala anyị ya ka anyị ji bụrụ ụmụ Chukwu okike abịama Nnamdi Kanu kedụzi ife mesilu mee odogwu na-egbula ebuka abatago okotego nwa onye afara ife agbala nze na bọyọ n'ikalaja ife mena ihe ole n'ụwa gị bili ị ga-adị ndụ ole n'ụwa fụ Biafra His Majesty onye ọlụ mkpana mụ na-ekwu akụọ m ọfọ na nene ị ga-afụ ife ọma ebe isi na anyị ga-enwere onwe anyị wee bulie n'isi ife ọma ga-abụ nke ihe ngwanụ kenenụ Kanu Nnamdi Kanu Nnamdi Kanu Ọhamadike Biafra Nnamdi Kanu Nnamdi Kanu Ọhamadike agbara nsele pupu n'ihi Nnamdi Kanu Nnamdi Kanu Ọhamadike eze nkọtọ nkonyere okpuchi Nnamdi Kanu Nnamdi Kanu Ọhamadike kịtịkpa gbara ndị ọghọlụ mbuze Nnamdi Kanu maka Nnamdi Kanu Ọhamadike ife dị na ihe n'ụwa mụ Nnamdi Kanu Nnamdi Kanu Ọhamadike Nnamdi Kanu Ọhamadike Ọhamadike Biafra Nnamdi Kanu Ọhamadike ụmụ Biafra oge zugo agbala nze nọ n'egwu ọgụ egwu ikolobịa onye gbakana ya lụ nke ọ gbalagba n'ụwa na nkịtị Nnamdi Kanu Ọhamadike Biafra ụkwalụ oge n'ụwa daa ife niile nwere oge oge zugo na anyị gana Biafra bana anyị Biafra bana nsọ Biafra bụ nke anyị anyị Chukwu gwara anyị na mgba aka na-ekwuzi ị na-akpọ m onye Naijiria bụ m onye Naija gwakene m Benin of Nigeria mana Biafra bụ obodo m ị na-achụzi mmọnwụ nke ndị ọbụzi ndụ Biafra bụ obodo anyị ebe amụrụ anyị bụ na Biafra ebe anyị ga-anwụ bụ na Biafra nwata chọba nke ya ọbụla ajọ nwa nwata chọba nke ya ọbụla ajọ nwa mana mmejọ nke mụ n'ụwa nọ onye ọcha ma aba m afa n'ụwa nne na nna mụrụ m n'ụwa ga-aba m afa afa m bụ onye ka Chukwu Biafra bụ obodo anyị amarọ m ife bụ Naijiria ikuku ya lisi gụọ kedu ife ọ ga-eme n'iku Nnamdi Kanu Ọhamadike Biafra ife mere anyị ole n'ụwa ka njikọba egwu ọrụ ịlụrụ n'ụwa juru m anya isi kpata Igbo n'ụlọ a juru m anya ekene ka njidi ole n'ụwa Nnamdi Kanu ekene ka njidi ole n'ụwa Nnamdi Kanu Ọhamadike Biafra nwanye afọ iwetu ịrapụrụ oche eze nna gị wee were ndụ gị wee tinye ka anyị nwere onwe anyị ife ọma n'ụwa makọ na beghị ife dị mma ọmakọ na beghị agbala eze n'ụmụ nọ n'egwu ngwanụ ka ikele n'odogwu Nnamdi Kanu Nnamdi Kanu Ọhamadike odogwu abụrụ ọka inekwu ma ncha Nnamdi Kanu Nnamdi Kanu Ọhamadike itikpa gbara anyị ọghọlụ mbuze agbala nze nọ n'egwu ọgụ egwu ikolobịa onye gbakana ya lụ nke ọ gbalagba n'ụwa na nkịtị Nnamdi Kanu Ọhamadike Biafra ụkwalụ oge n'ụwa daa ife niile nwere oge oge zugo na anyị gana Biafra bana anyị Biafra bana nsọ Biafra bụ nke anyị anyị Chukwu gwara anyị na mgba aka na-ekwuzi ị na-akpọ m onye Naijiria bụ m onye Naija gwakene m opinion of Nigeria mana Biafra bụ obodo m ị na-achụzi mmanwụ nke ndị ọbụzi ndụ Biafra bụ obodo anyị ebe amụrụ anyị bụ na Biafra ebe anyị ga-anwụ bụ na Biafra nwata chọba nke ya ọbụla ajọ nwa nwata chọba nke ya ọbụla ajọ nwa mana mmejọ nke mụ n'elu ụwa nọ onye ọcha ma aba m afa n'elu ụwa nne na nna mụrụ m n'ụwa ga-aba m afa afa m bụ onye ka Chukwu Biafra bụ obodo anyị amarọ m ife bụ Naijiria ikuku ya lisi gụọ kedu ife ọ ga-eme n'Igbo Nnamdi Kanu ọhamadike Biafra ife mere anyị ome n'ụwa ka njikọba egwu ọlụ ịlụrụ n'ụwa juru m anya isi kpata Igbo n'ụlọ juru m anya ekene ka ndịbie one n'ụwa Nnamdi Kanu ekene ka ndịbie one n'ụwa Nnamdi Kanu ọhamadike Biafra nwanye afọ iwetu ịrapụrụ oche eze nna gị wee were ndụ iwe tinye ka anyị nwere onwe anyị ife ọma n'ụwa makọ na beghị ife dị mma ọmakọ na beghị abala zoro n'ụmụ ụlọ n'ekwu ngwanụ ka ikele n'odogwu Nnamdi Kanu ọhamadike odogwu abụrụ ọka ime bụ ma ncha Nnamdi Kanu ọhamadike kịtịkpa gbara ndị ọghọlụ mbuze Nnamdi Kanu ọhamadike onye afara ibe kwuo Nnamdi Kanu ọhamadike ike agwụgo ndị iloyi Nnamdi Kanu ọhamadike iloyi na-achọzi pistọl Nnamdi Kanu ọhamadike iloyi na-achọzi dialog Nnamdi Kanu ọhamadike ọ sị na ọ bụ reconstruction Nnamdi Kanu ọhamadike mana anyị ada n'ozi oyibo Nnamdi Kanu ọhamadike Biafra bụ obodo anyị Nnamdi Kanu ọhamadike Biafra bụ ana anyị anyị ga-ana ọhamadike anyị ga-ana n'oge zugo Nnamdi Kanu ọhamadike onye nọchi ụzọ ife ọbụla owelu Nnamdi Kanu ọhamadike ife mena deputy director Nnamdi Kanu Alfonsus Uchemafọ ọhamadike n'okwu gị bụ Nnamdi Kanu ọhamadike Emeka gị tọ imo Nnamdi Kanu isi ike na-emetụta Igbo ọhamadike edozi ada Biafra Nnamdi Kanu ada n'ili ọrụ mma ọhamadike isi Uchenna Kanu Nnamdi Kanu ọhamadike ife mere His Royal Highness Nnamdi Kanu ọhamadike eze Israel Kanu Nnamdi Kanu ọhamadike Nnamdi Kanu odogwu Nnamdi Kanu ọhamadike Ebike bụ na kpọ Nnamdi Kanu ọhamadike Maria Bello Sunday Deli aka Nnamdi Kanu ọhamadike ife mena His Excellency Nnamdi Kanu ọhamadike Gọvanọ Fayose Nnamdi Kanu of Ekiti ọhamadike kedu maka Femi Kayode Nnamdi Kanu ọhamadike ndị Igbo ka na-alalụ ụla Nnamdi Kanu ọhamadike mana imirikiti etetego n'ụla Nnamdi Kanu Anigana, Honorable Chidoka, Iko Bosuwala, Logune Kenemi, Maduleti Agao, Ekwa Balance Tidogo, Ekwi Colombia.
Cannot be solved the same way we solved the problem of Niger Delta. The Niger Delta problem was solved during Yaradua time, basically by me. And I told them that we can't use that same template for Boko Haram. I told General Shakin to look at the center of gravity of the problem. And we all came together. I was made a member of the committee, including Atahiru that just died was a member of that committee in 2016, 2017. And we came to a conclusion after several arguments. The arguments were three. To identify the center of gravity of the problem, one group said it is the fighters, the Boko Haram fighters are the center of gravity, so we should go after them. Another group said the center of gravity of Boko Haram is Abubakar Shekau. So if we go after Abubakar Shekau, then the problem of Boko Haram will be solved. I took exception to the group. I said that is not the center of gravity of the problem of Boko Haram insurgency that we were having between that 2012 and 2017. And General Shakin asked me, allow me, why are you giving problem? What is the problem? Give us the answer. And I told General Shakin that if I tell you the answer, you're not going to be able to solve the problem. He said, what is the problem? I said, the center of gravity of Boko Haram and insurgency in Nigeria are the sponsors of that program. It was beyond us. Because the job we need to do is kinetics. Fight, destroy places, resolve issues. Yeah. But we cannot resolve issue of sponsors of Boko Haram that were in Buhari's government, that we know them.
When you say we, who?
I was in the military intelligence. Okay. And the defense headquarters staff that I work with, they know. And that was why we couldn't pursue that aspect that could have resolved that problem. Because you need to arrest people. And recently, 400 people were gathered as sponsors of Boko Haram. Why is it that Buhari government has refused to try them?
So the government knows sponsors of Boko Haram?
Of course, it's in the news. In April this year, the government said they have arrested 400 Bureau de Change related, people that were sponsoring Boko Haram. They told us. And Abu Dhabi also helped us to arrest few Nigerians, tried them, we know them. Why can't this government, if not that they are partisan and they are actually part of the charade that is going on, why can't they bring those people out for trial?
So the Bureau de Change operators on the one hand, but you particularly said people in government. Are those part of the Bureau de Change, or those people that you say are in government are still there, government is aware, and government is condoning them?
The people I mentioned that are in government are not these ones they just arrested. You remember this Boko Haram issue started since 2012. Yeah. And I was in the military intelligence that time. We arrested those people. It is my organization that actually conducts interrogation and interview. And they mention names. I mean, I can't come on the air and start mentioning names of people that are presently in government now that I know. Presently in government. That the boys that we arrested mentioned. Some of them are governors now. Some of them are in the Senate. Some of them are in Aso Rock. Why should a government try to cause this kind of embarrassment and insecurity to the sense of what happened yesterday? And the solution I gave them in 2017, because when I identified the center of gravity for General Shocking, and they couldn't pursue it, because some of them were ministers. And what I'm saying now, the Department of State Services are listening to me They know them.
Yeah. You know, Commodore.
So the solution I gave them was that if we can't pursue the policy strategic level, because the people that we need to talk to are also, going to be difficult to deal with. I said what they should do now is to conduct two things. We should buy blimps. The blimps are not UAVs. They are not drones. Blimps are equipment that can fly up to 10,000 feet.
Chukwu okike abịama Chukwu na-afụ n'ife afụ na nzuzo Chukwu maara onye aka ya dị ọcha na onye obi ya dị ọcha nwoke si na ya ji ọfọ nwaanyị si na ya ji ọfọ mana ọfọ maara onye ji ya ụkpaka na-agba n'udu mmiri ọ chụrụ ọzụọ gaa n'ogwe o mechi ụzọ osi mpịara na-azụ ụmụ igiriga ọgụ nke mmụọ ọ gịnị ka m ga-etu gị ka o zuolo gị a sị m n'oge akara aka eluo ịbụ mmụọ ka mmụọ ibe ka ibe Chukwu okike onye obiọma sị m unu binye n'oge akara aka eluo mmụọ niile m na-ejere ozi asị m unu binye n'oge akara aka eluo oke mmụọ oke mmụọ oke mmụọ oke mmụọ oke mmụọ oke mmụọ mmụọ niile m na-ejere ozi asị m unu binye elu tetenụ n'ụra tetenụ n'ụra tetenụ n'ụra tetenụ n'ụra asị m n'ọnwa unu nwoke bụ nwa eze Chukwu bụ ụzọ mba aka ji ọfọ Igbo ọzọ eme nte eme ime ọsị m nọ ya nọ n'etiti unu taa ọsọ unu binye enu n'oge akara aka eluo mmụọ nna nna anyị ochie asị m gị binye mmụọ na-afụ na ife afụ na nzuzo asị m gị binye oke ọfọ ji eje ọgụ asị m unu binye ọfọ ndị Igbo niile asị m gị binye ọfọ ndị mmiri asị m gị binye ọfọ ndị ikuku asị m gị binye eze nwaanyị osimiri asị m gị binye eze nwaanyị na-ebe asị m gị binye eze nwaanyị idodi ikwu na-eme asị m gị binye eze nwaanyị amambara asị m gị binye eze nwaanyị osimiri ndị aba asị m gị binye eze nwaanyị ala Igbo niile asị m gị binye eze nwaanyị ọgba asị m gị binye eze nwaanyị anike wawa asị m gị binye oke arụsị na n'ike ojoro nwaanyị aga asị m gị binye n'oge akara aka eluo igiriga ọgụ mmụọ asị m na gboo dike mbọsị ihe ike mere ọ ga-achọkwa nwa dike asị m dododo unu binye unu bịa tara ọjị na chijiri eji efola asị m unu binye unu bịa tara ọjị na chijiri eji efola nna nna anyị ochie mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka anyị dị ndụ mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka ụmụ Igbo dị ndụ mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka Maazị Nnamdị Kanụ dị ndụ mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka ụmụ Biafra dị ndụ asị m unu binye n'oge akara aka eluo asị m na gboo dike mbọsị ihe ike mere ọ ga-achọ nwa dike ọ sị na mberede nyiri dike na mberede ka ọ ji ama nwa dike ọya ka m ji akpọ unu n'isi ọhamadike bụ Maazị Nnamdị Kanụ ya nwa bụ Maazị Nnamdị Kanụ otu mkpụrụ anya ji isi ụgwọ otu ọnụ na-ekwuchitere mba niile ụkpaka na-agba n'udu mmiri na-agba n'oge nke ya asị m unu binye n'isi ya nye ogologo ndụ na-arụ isi ike napụta ya na eke napụta ya na orie napụta ya na afọ napụta ya na nkwọ asị m na ahịa akara aka anaghị eri nwa ngwụrọ na ahịa akara aka agaghị eri Maazị Nnamdị Kanụ asị m unu ga-anapụta Nnamdị Kanụ na eke napụta ya na orie napụta ya na afọ napụta ya na nkwọ asị m mee ka ọnụ niile kwụrụ njọ n'isi atụgharịa kwụ mma ka ọnụ kọrọ ogiri ọnụ kọrọ ogere lachaa Chukwu okike abịama onye jiri mmiri siri ike kpọọ aja were aja siri ike kpọọ mmadụ asị m na taata bụ ụbọchị eke n'ala Igbo asị m na eke ga-eketara Nnamdị Kanụ ndụ eke ga-eketara ya nwere onwe oke ga-eketara ya ndụ oke ga-eketara ya Biafra oke ga-eketara ya nwere onwe oke ga-ekegburu ya ndị iro kegburu ya ajọ mmadụ na ajọ mmụọ asị m na mbọsọ ga-apụta ekwesị ga-anọ n'ụra ndị ilo ya ga-anọ n'ụra ọkwa na ekwe osu asị m gịnị bụ ekwesu asị m na mbọsọ ọ ga-apụta ya bụ ndị ilo ga-anọ n'ụra ọha nwa bụ ekwesu asị m na ha ncha ga-anọ n'ụra na Nnamdị Kanụ ga-apụta n'ike na ebube Nnamdị Kanụ ga-apụta n'ike na ebube asị m na ọnụ kpụrụ njọ n'isi ya ga-atụgharịkwọ mma asị m ọbịa igbu Nnamdị Kanụ bụ onwe ya. Onye sị na Nnamdị Kanụ agaghị adị ndụ, onye a ga-eji anazere mmiri. Onye sị na Nnamdị Kanụ agaghị apụta, onye a ga-eji anazere mmiri. Ọnụ niile kọrọ ogiri ọnụ ga-akọrọ ogiri lacha. Osisi abụrụ oturu ga-emeche wee kwele. Onye asị na Nnamdị Kanụ agaghị apụta, asị m na ọnụ ahụ iji wee kwuo ya n'ike ejikwa ya wee kwugharịa mma n'isi ya. Asị m na ebe onye ahụ na-atụ maazị Nnamdị Kanụ aga, asị m aka gị ga-akpọnwụ. Osisi ahụ fụrụ Nnamdị Kanụ wee tọọ nkwe, asị m ikuku fụtuo gị. Anya ọbụla fụrụ Nnamdị Kanụ kwawa akwa alịla, asị m alịla akọrọ ya n'anya. Onye fụrụ Nnamdị Kanụ cheta ihe gburu nwa ya, ihe gburu nwa ya gbuo ya, maka na ọ bụrụ ya gburu nwa gị. Chukwu okike abịa ma, asị m na belede yiri dike belede ka ọ ji amawa dike. Asị m na okirikiri ka a na-agba ukwu ose, ọ dadị ukwu ose elu. Na okirikiri ka ndị iro ga-agba Nnamdị Kanụ mana ha ama mkpata ya aka. Ọ sị na nkirikiri ka ọ na-ekiri odido jiri odido enyi ozu. Na ọkwanụ nkirikiri ka ndị iro ga na-ekiri ya mana ha ama mfụ ya anya. Asị m na eje anaba isi ije. Asị m na Nnamdị Kanụ ga-eje na ọ ga-ana. Asị m na inye anaghị eri ọba maka na inye na ọba bụ nwanne. Inye agaghị eri Nnamdị Kanụ maka na ọ bụ nwa iyi. Asị m na Nnamdị Kanụ ga-adị ka echi, echi anaghị agwụ agwụ. Maka na ije ejere bụ ije mmiri, ọ bụrụ eje nkụ. Asị m na ya bụ ije ga-abụ ije mmeri. Asị m na ọ ga-anata n'udo. Asị m na ọ ga-abata sirili welele. Asị m na unu ga-aga kpọnatara anyị Nnamdị Kanụ. Asị m unu ga-akpọnatara anyị Nnamdị Kanụ. Ga kpọnatara anyị Nnamdị Kanụ. Ga tụnye ugo, ga nye ya mmeri, ga nye ya mmeri, ga nye ya mmeri. Tụnye ugo n'elu ugo, nye ike n'elu ike, nye ya ndụ n'elu ndụ. Ọkwanụ ndụ ka o ji efu n'efufe. Unu nye Nnamdị Kanụ ndụ, onwe ike wee kwụrụ jinjin, onwe ike wee kwụrụ wee fuo n'ofufe. Ya kara ka anaghị eri nwa mkpụrụ. Ihe mere ha ji jide Nnamdị Kanụ bụ ka ha nwee ike wee megide ndị Igbo, ka ha nwee ike megide ụmụ Biafra, ka ha nwee ike wee kwuchi anyị ọnụ, ka ha nwee ike wee kachi anyị ọnụ, ka anyị ghara ikwu okwu ọzọ. Mana ama m na dododo Chukwu okike abịa ma ndị nwa na ndị nwe mmiri, ndị nwe ikuku, ndị nwe anyanwụ, mmụọ nna nna anyị ochie, mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka anyị dị ndụ, mmụọ niile ọ kwafụrụ ọbara ha n'ike maka ihi Biafra. Asị m unu binyenu, asị m unu dododo na ọkwa na unu bụ ihe nwe ike a, ọkwa na unu ga-eji ọgụ mmụọ, ọkwa na unu ga-aga bụọrị ya, ọkwa na unu ga-aga napụta ya maka na ihe ọ tinyere ụnụ n'aka anaghị ele ule. Asị m dododo ikirike ọgụ mmụọ. Eze nwaanyị niile nọ n'ala Igbo, mmụọ niile nọ n'ala Igbo, asị m unu binye, maka na onwe onye nọ n'ụwa na-anaghị aṅụ mmiri, onwe onye nọ n'ụwa na-anaghị eri nnu. Nnu bụ ihe ụtọ si na mmiri wee pụta. Onye ọbụla na-eri ihe na-eri ihe dị na mmiri. Onye na-asa arụ ji mmiri asa arụ. Onye ọbụla na-eme ihe ọbụla ọ na-eme ji mmiri eme ya. Asị m ihe ọbụla mmadụ na-eme n'ụwa, mmiri ọ na-ebube ụzọ. Asị m onye ọbụla kpọrọ mmiri asị na mmiri a ga-agbagbu ya. Asị m onye ọbụla fụrụ mmiri n'anya ga-afụ Nnamdị Kanụ n'anya. Onye ọbụla fụrụ mmiri n'anya ga-afụ Nnamdị Kanụ n'anya. Onye ọbụla mmiri na-awụsa n'arụ ga-afụ Nnamdị Kanụ n'anya. Onye ọbụla mmiri na-emesa n'arụ ga-afụ Nnamdị Kanụ n'anya. Onye na-aṅụ mmiri na-eri nnu, asị m na ọnụ anyị ji wee rie nnu wee ṅụọ mmiri na ị ga-eji akwa okwu ọma n'isi Nnamdị Kanụ n'aha Chukwu okike abịa.
Ise. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom. This is Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you via the auspices of Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Chinedu from Olo province of Biafra London. Today is the 4th day of October in the year of our Lord 2022. I hereby welcome each and every one of you to welcome your friends and well-wishers, even your enemies. Do not deny them listening onto this hallowed platform, because here we preach enlightenment. Here we preach reason, critical thinking. That is what we preach here. It has no limitation, or we don't care about your origin, your ethnic background. What matters for us is for you to benefit from this hallowed platform, because we need to be thinking critically as human beings. Honestly speaking, I am late, but it is due to some technical issues I've been battling here with. My system failed to connect my voice. I didn't know why. I have to continue until it came by. So that is why. Otherwise, I was here even before 30 minutes before my time. Has been battling. So we must continue. As you all know, today is our atonement day. It's a day of our atonement. established by IPOB, by Mazi Kano through IPOB, in order to atone for our shortcomings. People might not understand what is atonement. Atonement is having remorse, making amends. Equala. Oh, that is in our language, in Igbo language, equala. Equala, because owing to the situation we found ourselves, we now understand that there is problem. And the main cause of that problem is from us. That is why we are atoning for our sins. If we are speaking it in English, it become very heavy. Or equala. I now equala today and tomorrow. That and echi. Kai yondin nanai ha yondi che. Even when you talk about sinning, let me tell you, people think about only, oh, you sin against God, oh, you do this. No. Political miscalculation is sin. It's a crime, even more than, as you can say, political miscalculation. Do you understand that? When you are selfish, when our people that are supposed to be at the forefront of our political arena, representing us, they miscalculated politically, that led us into this suffering. That's why, we are making amends. That such type of thing will never happen again. Nunca más, if it is Portuguese people. Never again. Because it's also part of the atonement. So that whenever any decision, any political decision we have to take, we need to think critically. So all these are taken into context. It's not only, no. Our shortcomings politically is also sin. Is also part of the atonement. That we need that wisdom, that enlightenment, that illumination in order to get it right when it comes to politics. Politics of our survival. Something that Nnamdi Azikiwe, the older people, or the elders, so-called elders, they couldn't get. That's why we are suffering. Now we have to get it right. That is it. It's part of the atonement. So that when we make decisions, we look all round in order to, before making decisions, political decisions. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So it's part of the atonement. Therefore, how do we know? How were we aware or able to understand that we need to atone, that we have sinned? Because one man called Mazi Kano, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, started by opening our eyes, enlightening us, for us to understand that the things that are happening to us is not natural, it's unnatural. Part of it is our own making. Therefore, we make atonements in order to rectify, in order to shine our eyes, make amends where necessary, and shine our eyes so that we will not make that type of mistakes again. These are part of the atonement. And you understand? It is part of the atonement. So, I welcome each and every one of you. It goes today, the topic of my submission, which will be short anyway. Maybe it will be divided into 2 stages, which I will complete next time because of time. Understanding the meaning of this time. I've preached a similar gospel last time, I think in June. But I feel obliged to continue to remind us, to reiterate onto this headline. I'm telling you honestly, because we should understand the time, the meaning of the time we are in. We should fully understand it. So, we all know, or most of us, if you don't know, our court case in Umuahia today is adjourned until the 27th day of October in Umuahia for judgment. The extraordinary rendition of Mazi Kano, that is the judgment for that extraordinary rendition, because what happened is not normal. Our leader was extraordinarily renditioned, and it seems everything is normal about it according to the international community. As a British citizen, Britain kept quiet. Instead, all they could do, oh no, we will give you consular, we will give him render consular assistance to him. I said this world is I don't know. Sometimes I wonder, what type of justice do we expect in this world? Is the justice of the most powerful. Just like in Serengeti. Human being. Watch, what do you call, National Geographic, Discovery, all these channels, documentary channels that shows the animal behavior in Serengeti. When you look at it, it's the same thing that is happening in the world, in this world. In the world of a human being. The most powerful is their justice. So why will you talk? Every time I used to say this, the Europeans, the West, they are lecturing us about multiplicity of voices. How important it is for democracy, for people to express their opinion, for people to rise up and, free expression. That you should not be a dictator. No room for dictatorship. Yes, I agree. But when you look at what is really happening, taking place in the world, and what they are preaching, they are two different things. Russia is a superpower. That is another voice that's supposed to be allowed to challenge where necessary. Bring multiplicity of voices. But look at what is going on. They want to intimidate, to form this world become an empire of some people. Empire. Whatever they talk, you don't dare challenge. That is why I say, this is the world of the most powerful. Forget about all these things they are preaching, democracy, I say, this and that, I say. Every country, every human, every country normally supposed to, organize their own system of governance that suits them. That is what people don't understand. Every country, because should organize their system of governance that suits them, for them to advance, so that there will be mutual respect. Mutual respect. When you bring one missile, another person bring another person, another country build another one. We Biafra, we build another type. Why would we be, respected internationally? I think North Korea tested another long-range missile, more than 4,000 kilometers, that landed, I think, in Japan, or flew over Japan. They are building their own way, their system. You understand? In order to, what matters is the end result. If you build your system and the end is you are powerful, you become powerful, you can rise up. If economically, militarily, anyhow, you can rise up and make statements and people listen. You can be able to feed yourself. At least you see, respect will be, you earn respect. Not in Nigeria, where everything, Nigeria is made. 200 and something million people are programmed to depend on outside for feeding. Importation of everything, including bureau, including toothpick. Toothpick that come from trees that grow in our backyard. Oko, bamboo tree. Even if you tell children, you know, guy na go takara, primary school, I know we used to do handwork. If you even tell children, school puppies, organize school puppies as they do in China, in order to be doing handwork, even with ordinary hand, how to cut toothpick and pianya, sharpen it. We will not be importing toothpick from China, but 200 and something million people were, you know, programmed in order to be waiting for importation. Don't you see that there is something terribly wrong? Terribly wrong. I'm telling you. How will the world take you serious? No way. All that matters to everybody is looting for money, looting money. If you can, you enter into public office, you loot as you can. Why won't the Europeans or other people look down on every one of us? Why won't they? But when you go in an organized society, you thrive. Have you taken your time to ask yourself? You know, as my co-presenter, Wada Marian used to say, when you travel from Nigeria, you are in Nigeria, you are just like a non-entity. You know, it seems you are nothing. You know, it seems you cannot be productive. But when you travel to America, to Germany, to even Italy, to Japan, you see that it's the same you didn't change. That brain you have is what you have, is you didn't change. But now you become productive. You start doing things you cannot even dream of doing in Nigeria. Why? Because of the system. That is why it is time for us to go back. These are the things we preach here. These are the things we preach, and people say they are terrorists. Just for you to think with your brain, common sense, and say why? Why is it that somebody like Philip Emeagwali that is doing well in America, that is one of the inventors in America, but if it's in Nigeria, he cannot do it? But it's the same him. He never changed. Nothing changes in him. The same blood in him. Why can't you ask your question? Why? Why? Because the system made it possible. That is why we are going back. In order to build a system, you can never thrive unless the system is good, unless the system makes you to thrive or warrants you to thrive. Go to Alaba International Market. You see many of our people. Many of our people you see there. Manding on under bridge, you do Alaba. Now I struggle with okreka clothes, with engine block in a domota. Now you're not gakwata. We can now manjakre. Now I'm not your customer. I have now with engine block as traders. put these people right from time in places like Japan, in places like USA, in places like Europe. Before God and man, many of them will be inventors. Many of them will be contributing directly to the building of this world direct. But here they are. when Obama became the president, Africans were shouting, clapping. African presidents were praising him, this and that. I think one person said something, whether it's Professor Mulumba. He said, if Obama had been was in Africa, grew up in Africa and was in Kenya, they will tell him, you're a small boy, you never even reach any. This small boy, you want to do what? If it's in Nigeria, it's an Igbo man, he's a trader. He will be, maybe after schooling, he will start doing Okada. You understand? So, we go back to the grassroots, and the grassroots is a system, building a system that warrants everybody to thrive. If you don't thrive, if you don't make it now, it is no more nobody's problem. The fault will be from you. Do you understand? That is what in a simple word, that is what we are fighting for. Not a system whereby, like in Nigeria, once the person is, even if he is the best, they will look at his ethnicity. Oh, he's an Igbo man. Now, this Igbo man, they are not, just you will condemn him because of who he is, where he come from, not because of what he has in the bread. God Almighty, we must continue, please. I will go into reading some news headlines. You understand? Just some news headlines. The Nigerian military has confirmed what we have been shouting, that gunmen hide under Biafra agitation to kill in Southeast. It is what we have been shouting here every day. Mazi, Chinedu, we come here, we shout, to tell the whole world that, look, IPOB, we are not criminals. So we should distinguish criminality from what we are doing. Because if you allow criminality, say bye-bye to Biafra agitation. Our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, said it right from time. He said, you want to indulge in criminality? Say bye-bye to Biafra agitation. Because criminality will make people forget. It's like people like Igbo people that are looking for anything, distraction. Igbo people, I want the actual distraction. Now actually distraction is born. Now you see criminality. Now the way to make money now, bush they pay, as they used to say in East, and people will be coming. Oga, you have to pay us 10 million to support Biafra. They'll kidnap somebody, and you want us to accept that? Oh, that is the way of where it should go. You are demented. You should remember many times when criminality starts in one community in Biafra land, our leader will come up in order to condemn it and order that those people should stop what they are doing or face the music from IPOB. Do you understand? So today, the Nigerian military, they have seen what we are saying. That the people that are using IPOB, you see people that are contracted to destroy IPOB using IPOB. That is what they are doing. At least we should see the viral voice of one of these idiots infiltrators calling our musician, one of our musicians, that you should stop. No Biafra sentiment. You have to make your money. See, look at it. Just sometimes I say, how come what we are doing that our focus is Biafra? Now they are telling you make money, and you still never see anything wrong in what they are doing. Sometimes I cannot understand. You don't see anything wrong. Our leader, right from time, made this struggle financially unattractive. Unattractive financially, so that you don't come because of the money. It becomes, voluntary work. So that when you are in, we know that you are in genuinely. You see people that are that come here to steal money. You see somebody like George Onibe, GIPOB Noro. These are people, they come for money. Whereas our leader made this struggle unattractive. So, but when you see infiltrators, now they tell you that make money. And as a stupid person, you believe that they are giving you the right advice or suggestion. Now make money. Now hapukwa here, hapukwa Biafra. Just go sing your music. Remove all those names you put. Now I will give you names you will be praising. I will promote it. What is the difference between them and the Igbo politicians that are scavenging for, scavenging, getting them young, catch them young? What is the difference? There is no difference. As Joey Bukwe tried to bribe our brother Sampe with 30 million naira, 15 million check. Oh, we know that you are doing well, you are rising up, you are a rising star. But that side you are going, Biafra, you will not make, you will kill yourself, you become a poor person. No person will, people will not even buy your music. So we are here to help you make your money. We will promote you as long as just remove that Biafra issue. Do not sing about any injustice. So don't enter politics. They call it politics. Don't enter politics because that side is politics. So just sing for how to make money. How money is everything. You come on social media, you can throw, we give you bundles of money, you share, you throw money. People will know how Igbos are hardworking, how we can make money. If you don't look for money. These are the type of things you sing. That is the way Nigerian politicians are programming any rising star, Biafran musician, a musician of Biafran origin, rising. They'll meet him. Now we know that tomorrow you have to, we will promote you, don't worry. Do not worry. But there are some places you don't touch. This is Nigeria. This is not going into politics. You understand? Anytime we want you, we are doing election, we need you. Now you come. Don't worry about money. They will remind you, remember where you come from. You come from a ghetto. You don't want to go back to poverty. Now, where you go, your family, so that you become a rich person. You'll be going on motorcade. Don't you see e-money? There are things you don't talk. We'll tell you things to be talking. That is how they program our musicians, stars, and Nollywood actors and actresses. And then monetarily, financially. But there are things, unable go to our people to their nose, so they will not talk. If they see it, if they want to venture, their handlers will remind them, you will destroy you. Remember, we created you. Do you remember what we told you before we promoted you? So don't go there. And the thing will be penning them, but they cannot do anything. Because that is the way they choose to go. Because of money. Do you see how bad it is in our land for our people? It is so bad. So bad. Do you understand? So now the Nigerian army, they are vindicating IPOB. That after all, after everything, these people that are killing, kidnapping our people, they are not IPOB. They are just using, they are imposters, using IPOB name in order to commit their crimes. And that is the truth. So we must continue. You know, consistency pays. Consistency. When you consistently do what you are doing, say what you are saying, you think that it doesn't work. People don't hear. But people do. People do. In no distant time, it will start paying dividends. So the Nigerian army, they have vindicated us, the indigenous people of Biafra, that after all, let truth be told, that those that are committing crimes in our land, they are not IPOB. It's all those, it's just imposters, criminals, imposters, hiding under IPOB. So for you to understand now that all those DSS program, the cinema, the films that when they carry one criminal, they give him one script to recite. Who are you? I am ESN. I kill. We kill police. Okay, we are ESN. We kill. We kidnap. So these are, displays, film, action. When the person want to go back, they say, stop. And they will stop and cut and join. Tell him, no, you are not getting it. Don't you understand what we tell you to do? The reality is coming. Truth is coming out finally. So we must continue. Another news headline. That is why Peter Obi said that IPOB members are not terrorists. You know, he is emboldened, and he should be. That IPOB, we are not terrorists. That he live with them. He said it on national. I applaud him for that. I applaud him. That IPOB, we are not terrorists. What we are doing is legitimate, is legal. Self-determination. We don't kill people. No. We don't kill people doesn't mean that we cannot defend ourselves. When ESN was formed in order to comb our bushes, to defend our people, our farmland, from the encroaching Fulani terrorists in our land. Because we shouted, we cried, I remember the time every blessed day in this hallowed platform, killing in our people. I've been killing of our people by Fulani headsmen in our land and destruction of our crops. They will go if they meet police. Police say, now this thing pass us, order from our boss. They say, don't touch these people, leave them. So, what do you want us to do? To just be law-abiding, so-called law-abiding citizens and be dying one by one. Is that what you want us to be? Is that how you want us to behave? For goodness sake. The answer is no. That is why Mazi Nnamdi formed ESN. He insulted, he begged the Eastern governors to please form a security outfit. No way. He insulted them to do that. No way. He shouted at them to do that. No way. He gave every option for them to do that. No way. Now, the last option was ESN. If you understand me. So that is the way it is. We must continue in what we are doing. So IPOB is not a terrorist organization. For sure. Now, there is this news. Okay, before I read that news, they say gunmen invade Taraba community, kill 12 residents, cut away cattle, motorcycles. Or do you see them? Do you hear? Do you hear Asorok talking tough that he's going to send them to Kano? Because these, they call them government. These are Fulani terrorists. Do you understand? Do you hear any threats to invade, to kill, to slaughter people? I mean, bomb the whole place? The answer is no. They do everything with impunity. But when it comes to Biafra land, sometimes I say, look, the enemy, the hatred against Biafrans, it's not something, it's stupid people that don't even know that they are hated. You understand? When you sometimes I look at comments of some people, some Fulani, you see the open hatred. The hatred of Biafrans. No, it is out of this world. I don't know how people think that we should continue staying in one country. It beats my understanding with this type of hatred. But we must continue. Now, there is this news I want to read, which will be the last headline before I enter into the subject matter of the day. Nigeria government moves to reduce power of striking university lecturers. ASU registers 2 varsity academic unions. Listen attentively. The ASU, that is the Academic Staff Union of Universities, that have been on strike demanding for a better living. Now, they're trying to destroy them. Do you know how? They now register other unions, divide them, register other 2 unions. The unions are the National Association of Medical and Dental Academics and the Congress of Nigeria University Academics, CONUA, NAMDA and CONUA. CONUA is a union of lecturers across the nation's universities, and it is led by a lecturer at the Obafemi Awolowo University. Let me tell you, Nigeria is an evil entity. I'm telling you. Nigeria is simply an evil entity. What they are doing is playing this, what the caliphate does is exactly what the Europeans did in order to conquer the world: divide and rule. If they enter into any kingdom or nation, they will exploit their differences between them, internal differences, and that small crack, they make it turn a gully. They will support one faction against another, so that the people will be divided and they will be easily conquered. Do you understand? That is what they are doing to ASU. Now, as they try every way for them to back down on their demand, for them to be controlled by the government, they say, no, we are intellectuals. We are earning our living. Nigerian senators are there, looting everybody dry. But the intellectuals, the academias, they are being relegated to begging. So they said, no, we have to be upgraded. Not only politicians. Now, what the Nigerian government did, that's why they regard Nigeria as a criminal country. All these things, you never see it in another place. Instead of them to solve the problem once and for all, no, they now pop up their own groups and register them. All these people now, they pay them money. This is exactly what they want to do in IPOB. That's why I brought out this thing for people to understand. This is why they pop up their agent, their sleeper cells in IPOB, in order to destroy IPOB from within. That is what they are doing to ASU now, to destroy them. So that the other people now will come out, because they will shower money to them. Few people will collect money just for their selfish interests in order to destroy the ASU. Now, all these new people will say, no, okay, this other group will say, no, we are okay with the government, whatever the government say, we're okay. So we call off our strike. There will be confusion. They bring confusion inside the rank and file. People will now see them going to school, making, they'll be paying them maybe some stipends. But as we say, oh boy, now instead of me to stay on this strike itself, nothing. Let me follow these people. Now he will go and join these people. They know how to treat Nigerians. The politicians, the caliphate, have mastered how to treat Nigerians, because then they understand how they behave. That is, I'm giving you analogy, exactly what they try to do in IPOB, to raise up another group in IPOB. That is why they say, oh, give him this person, hand him over. Why didn't you accept what Martin Amdekano said? Let him be in radio. Oh, this and that. They start attacking DOS. So disband DOS and form another group. They are almost that they are this, they are that. Exactly what they are doing to ASU now. People, are you understanding what I'm saying? That is their way. It's their system. We know them. That is why when I look at some ignorant fools, I pity them. I call them ignorant fools. It doesn't matter your educational background. Once you cannot decode something very simple, you're a fool. When Nigeria government pay people in order to, in order to destroy IPOB right from within. If DOS give order, they will give counter order. No, we are autopilot. Now, okay, autopilot is being controlled. There is no more autopilot, but we are answering autopilot by name. So if IPOB give one order, they will give counter order. If to cause confusion, they brought out criminalities in our land so that people will be confused and say, nah, if like this, if Biafra agitation is like this, I beg, stop it. So that people will turn against IPOB. Do you understand what you are saying here? Oh no, that is what they want to achieve. It is Nigerian government agenda. That is what they are now doing to us, to break them. How? Raise up another group inside them, convince some people, tell them, promise them money, flush them with money, just few watts of dollars and naira, and now they form and register them. You are the government. Do something. Register them. Now they will come out. Chinese television will video them and bring them to the press, and they will address Nigeria that now, we are, don't mind that also is an old system. We are now in charge. So we are going back to school. Ordinary members will be in confusion. Do you see what they've tried to do to IPOB? I am stating this. I am trying to stress this so that you hear it and understand. That is the way the caliphate, the Nigerian government works. Do you remember when they called the man powerful, a commissioner in Abia State? This thing you write, you rewrite it. Go back and rewrite it and say, no, call off that sit-at-home. If you don't do that, or if you do that, 40 million is what, give me your account, I put 40 million naira. It's more powerful to tell them that I don't make decisions. I am just a publicity secretary. So I don't make decisions. So they say, anyway, if you don't do it, there are others are waiting. We will get it anyway. So others and other people will write it. And they will collect the 40 million. But how I wish that you accept the 40 million. That is the way Nigerian government behaves. So that when you see the issue, how people are trying to turn IPOB into a criminality, telling you that it is freedom fighting. Know that it is the government of Nigeria agenda. That is the way they want to destroy IPOB. Bring out their sleeper cells, call for ESN fundraising, and they are in charge. Oh, it is them that are in charge. This and that. You don't know that it is they are doing the bidding of the people paying them. You understand that? Just watch out. Tomorrow, these other unions will come up in order to address Nigerians. How anyway, we have been discussing with the Nigerian government, and it is okay. So we will call off our strike. Do you understand? And before you know, everybody will be in confusion. They want to treat IPOB like this, but they don't know the crop of people. You know, I used to tell Nigerian government, they don't understand the type of people in this struggle. They don't know. They silence ones, the people that are walking on the ground. They don't know. They think that it's only people talking. No. People that can reason, critically analyze, think tanks, real think, genuine think tanks that can analyze issues. I pity Nigeria, honestly. This their system of divide and conquer. Division, divide and rule. The same way they divide. That is what is playing up in our land. I love that our brother that are going to other areas, Igbo areas, Ebanke, Ikwere, all these places, riverine areas, asking them people question. Somebody will be speaking Igbo, but he say, I'm not Igbo. Sometimes, and when I look at some of the people, many of them are over 60, 70, even old men. But when you hear them speak, their mouth stinks. You know that it is highly profound. What happened to us is so deep. You know, the Biafran war, what I see that the end of Biafran war from 1970, it is not the start of that. Britain started this profound division, methodical. Have you forgotten Willings Commission? The Willings Commission, or Willings Minority Commission, only in Biafra land. In order to, Britain started it when they saw the crop of people Biafrans are. People that can resist them. People that fought for 31 good years to resist them. People that the Georgia landing, they overcame the British vessel. Captains in the ship. Slaves overcame them and drowned them. When for them to land, to be captured as slaves, they prefer to die. Britain was afraid of us. Do you understand? Britain was afraid of us as a crop of people. They said, no, if we don't go to work to divide and rule these people, they will challenge us, and they will defeat us forever. Britain they started this profound divide and conquer in our land. It didn't start only after the war, no. After the war, it became more manifest in the Nigerian setting. But right from time, the start of colonialism in our land, Britain understood the type of people we are. So they put in place a mechanism in order to divide, in order to conquer, in order to make sure that they separate us. So that the Ikwerema we say is no, it's not Igbo. They divide us into pieces. Sometimes I think this, I say no. How can we as a people suffer this type of thing? It's so profound. We don't even, many of us don't understand the depth of what we are suffering. When I used to like to watch that our brother's program on social media. Somebody will be speaking Igbo direct. Do you have any other language you grow with? You know that is your language. He said no. He's speaking Igbo direct with you. Everything 100% you understand each other. But he tell you it's not an Igbo. No, I said no. This is too profound. What they did to us is not only for the caliphate. No. It's not only after the war. It is so profound. The Britain entered into our DNA in order to change it. Do you know what it means? When you change something from you change the nomenclature of the deoxyribonucleic acid DNA. Do you know what it means? It's forever. It will be like that. The way you program it. Do you understand me? That is what Britain did to us. So that we will never be the same people again in this life as long as this planet Earth exists. A person will be answering, I'm a Delta. Delta State was created how many years back? I'm a Rivers man. Rivers was created 1967, yesterday. You will see an 80-year-old man say, I'm a Rivers. What is your tribe? He said, no, I'm a Rivers man. No, they said, no, I'm not talking of state. What is your tribe? No, I'm a Rivers man. And you know that it is so deep. I'm telling you. I say it is so more deeper than we even understand. This division. That is the way of Nigeria. That is the way of the caliphate. That is why they want to use the same system in order to divide Asu. So that they will know, when you divide something piecemeal, you eat, how do you eat elephant? You divide it into piecemeal. Piece by piece, you finish an elephant. You understand? This apple, we are eating. 1 kilo of apple. You prepare it and put it on the table. How do you eat it? You take one by one. You'll be dividing it, separating it. You separate, you mold, you swallow. The one that can enter your mouth. That is what it means by piecemeal. They divided us into piecemeal so that they can be able to swallow us. It is very simple. Because once we are in that bunch as a people, they cannot. No way. So Britain started work. They put in place, Igbo, they want to marginalize, they want to domineer other neighbors. You tell me who is the neighbors? The same people they now refer to other people as their neighbors. The same people. Igbo, now Willings Commission, Willings Minority Commission. We are there to protect the minority. They labeled our people minority in their own land. And they accepted it. Britain started this. That is why it is too deep. It is very, very deep. When they found out the enormity of natural resources in our land, they said no. With the way these people behave, we cannot there is nothing we can do. They will resist everything. The only solution is to divide them into piecemeals so that we remove these people. Now they answer another name. We tell them, we are protecting you from your brother. They say, okay, you people, how can a stranger? Sometimes that's why I know that our people are primitive. Our people are primitive. I'm telling you. How can a stranger that comes from thousands of kilometers now he come and start telling you that, your brother is your problem, so so we want to defend you. We want to defend you from your brother. Don't you see that there is, and you foolishly accept, if we leave you, your brother will kill you. Don't you see? And the person, you and your brother have been living, brothers can have a quarrel, no problem. But they allow foreigners, they'll come and divide you. Don't you see that you are very foolish? I'm Bayasa Igbo. No, I'm not Igbo. I'm from Rivers. I'm Delta. That is what the Nigerian caliphate, they have learnt it. Now they are doing it to ASU in order to divide them. Once they divide them now, they are in charge. Do you understand? Once they finish the division, finish. No more. They will kill that movement forever, as they did the Students' Union. Do you talk about Students' Union again? Do you remember before? Even Students' Union will rise up to defend protests in front of military. In the military era, Students' Union, that is one thing they dread. I mean, students' protests. Once it's happening in Uniben, everywhere, Lagos University, everywhere, Futo, we join in immediately. And before you know, they get what they want. But Nigeria, the caliphate went into work in order to divide. So that they destroy everything. So that they become, once the Nigerian government talk, no group to challenge them. No, they destroy the civil society. No civil society to mount up. No teachers union. No students union to mount. Once you see, sometimes I see people, they say they are demonstrating. Maybe pensioners demonstrating or protesting for to receive their salaries. Or teachers. When you look at them, you laugh. Maybe highest 20 people. We no go agree. We no go agree. We no go agree. Give us our money. We no go agree. Then we go and shout and sing like rats and go back home. Because no person will take them serious, because they are divided into pieces. There, no person. Unlike before. Labor union, when they are everywhere, no road, no person is moving anywhere. The tanker drivers, they are with them in Nigeria. They are not moving any car. The taxi drivers, the same thing. The Okada, they are there. Teachers, everybody join together. Down the government, they cripple the government. Every activity in Nigeria, they cripple. Traders, they say they join. Now, the government must be obliged to look into the case, because they put the country at standstill. Government workers cannot be able to go to work because there's no car to go. You go the block roads in many places. That is, union. I mean, civil society. But in Nigeria, there is nothing like that. Again, that's why politicians, they talk with impunity. They do things with impunity as they want. They do things because no person to resist them. You can highest you live. You are 3, 4, 5 people come talk on social media and nothing. Finish. We must continue. As I said, I will be brief, but I will go into the topic of my submission. Understanding the meaning of this time. Time plays very important roles in our daily activities. Knowing the time is one thing, but understanding the meaning of the time is a different thing altogether. Understanding the meaning of time means maturity. Do you know that? I could remember when I started understanding time, reading time. Now you understand. As a baby that is not mature, a baby can wake up 1 a.m. and start playing, start shouting and playing. It's you that is the parent that no, stop. It's midnight. Sleep. Why? Because the baby is not matured enough to understand the meaning of time. I don't know whether people catch what I'm saying. That is why it is good for us to understand the meaning of the time we are in. Without understanding the meaning of the time we are in, you are just like a baby, immature. You are not mature. And without maturing, being matured, you can't do nothing. You understand? You will be doing things upside down, just like a baby, as I said. 12 midnight, he want to play. He want to start shouting to go, Daddy, come and carry me. We go outside and play. By 2 a.m. Because he don't understand the time, the meaning of time. You understand? You know, even knowing the time is another thing, but understand, it takes a maturity to understand it. Because times can mean different things. There are somebody that will say, today is dull, since because you have been sleeping from morning till night, you didn't go anywhere. But the same time for you, the same time you are spending, it means another thing for somebody. Somebody have flown from nearly missed his flight from Lagos to New York. He saw himself in another continent. The same time, you that is there, that is lying down, it means nothing. You did it. So that understanding is what matters. Understanding the time, the meaning of the time we are in. We are in the 21st century. Mark what I'm saying. We are in the 21st century, not in 14th century, not in 19th century, 21st century. An era dotted with technological advancements in every field of human endeavor. I think, is it today or yesterday, they gave somebody this award, international award on quantum physics. Quantum physics, which deals with communication of particles, communication between particles. Do you know that? I had somebody, one scientist was saying that if they can be able to build something that will be more faster than light, not sound, there are vehicles that are faster, that runs faster than sound. But if they can build something that will be faster than light, there will be physical human telepathy. That is, before you know, you'll be here and you enter into time. You are in 10,000, another part of the world, 10,000 kilometers away, under few seconds. So, in this 21st century, it's an era dotted with technological advancements in every field of human endeavor. The question is, what do we contribute as a people towards this era of advancement? That is the question we should be asking ourselves all the time. Once we understand that this is the era we are in, now, what are we contributing in this era marked, dotted with technological advancements? With the knowledge of time, we understand seasons. And with the knowledge, and with this knowledge, we know what to do at every given season. We plant during the rainy season and harvest during the dry season because we understand the meaning of the time. But if you see somebody trying to plant crops during a harvesting period, what do you think of that person? Now, this person is sure during dry season in our land, you'll be planting, you see him, Organa Koji. You will say, oh boy, this person not Prayanishi. Because he don't understand the meaning of the time. So, understanding the meaning of the time is very, very crucial for us as Homo sapiens. Do you understand? This is our own era of enlightenment and awakening. The time for us to start questioning many beliefs and subject them to the altar of reason. That is the time we are in. That is the meaning of the time. It is no more, the same thing. The same system, the same thing. And now there is now don't question God, though. Don't do this. Don't So how? Because we should understand the meaning of the time we are in. I saw somebody I saw some people they cut, I don't know. I didn't know the place, but it's in part of Biafra land. Where all these so-called men of God and their agents, you know what they used to do? These people are committing atrocities in our land. They used to go, they send their agents. They will target a family. They will send their agents to do something, buy something like do something. Go to the ground maybe in the night or early in the morning when people are still sleeping. Go dig and put that in there and keep quiet. Now, one day, the following 2 Sundays, the Geo will prophesy to you that, look, your people tie you, they do, your brother do something against you so that you will not progress. I'm seeing something in your village, in your house, in front of your house. Don't worry, we'll go there. And they will come there in your house and they'll go direct to where one of their agents dig that thing, put that thing. And when they bring it out, hey, it's a miracle. He's a man of God. He have caught you mugu forever, for life. Now he will put that family into perpetual confusion, hatred, fighting against each other. This one will say, now this man, okay, this man don't want my progress. They put sometimes in our land is a type of crime that you don't even hear on other places. I'm telling you, they are doing it in our land. What these people are doing it just for fame, and they are bringing divisions in our land, in families in our land. Children will no more; they will be fearing each other. This family will be afraid of this family if they didn't kill themselves even. What we are suffering, what Biafra we correct. Oh, what Biafra we correct. That is why everybody you worship, if you want, put a cockroach, image of cockroach, worship him. That is nobody's problem. But make sure every religion will abide by the laws of Biafra. That is the melting pot. Everybody, you break the law. That there is nothing like pastor. That is it. Because anyway, we must continue. By the way, I'm sorry I didn't off last Saturday because I couldn't make it last Saturday. I had a very tight schedule, family schedule that I shouldn't miss, honestly. So that is why I couldn't make it last Saturday, but the following Saturday it will be hot as usual, because we will not leave these people. We will not leave. We will not leave. We must continue. Remember, I'm talking about understanding the meaning of our time. As I said, this is our own era of enlightenment and awakening. The time for us to start questioning many beliefs and subject them to the altar of reason. For the non-responsive dead bodies known as Nigerians, this is yet another usual time for electioneering that has to legitimize their sufferings and deaths. Another usual time for them to engage in their usual primitive election or selection that will still entrench the same crop of criminals that will continue supervising their their stupor and death. You know, when you have dead bodies or inanimate objects, they cannot respond to stimuli, talk less of knowing the meaning of the time. For that, everything, you know, according to Newton's law, every object remains, every inanimate object. You know, it's an inanimate as long as it's a object, called an object. So every object remains static in that position until another external force touches it or makes it to move. Otherwise, it's moving nowhere. So when an inanimate object stays, how can he perceive? How can he know the meaning of time? Just tell me. That is why I call Nigerians dead bodies. Because they don't understand the time that we are in right now. That we are in an era of awakening, our own African awakening. The era where we should subject everything to the altar of reason. They don't know that. That is why they are singing the same song all the time. Every 4 years, they sing the same song, and after they become disappointed and they go back. Oh, don't worry, we'll get it back. We'll get it better another 4 years. Come on. Come on. I'm talking to Nigerians. It is time for you to rise up. Rise up from your debt. Stop what you are doing because it is leading you nowhere. The same normal status quo. Oh, vote for this person. Oh, he's okay. After 1 year, 2 years, people start shouting. Oh, okay, don't worry. He remained 2 years. We'll vote him out. Another 2 years, he rigged and he's still dead. Don't worry. Another 4 years, we'll be back. The same thing, the cycle of deception which the Europeans have inserted into Africa. Cycle of deception. I am telling you, I am telling us, we need to understand the time we are in. That is why the subject of my today's submissions is understanding the meaning of our time. Before you understand the meaning of time, you must first of all be a living thing. You must secondly, you must be mature. Because if you don't have these two qualities, you cannot understand. You think that everything is the same thing. Just like babies. A baby of 4 years, everything for him is a joke, play. He can carry something you bought, carry your, things you bought, huge sum of money. And joke with it and scatter it. All is play. Because he's not mature, this natural. That is why I call on Nigerians to rise up from death. Because they are dead bodies. All of them now, they are excited, intoxicated, thinking that, we are the election. What are you electioneering? Tell me, according to a report, the Nigerian military, the chief of defense staff, he said more than 2/3 or more than half of Nigerian borders, northern borders, are not checked. What are you doing about it? People are not asking questions. General Rabo said that. The other day, I read it in the news here on this platform. He said more than half of Nigeria borders in the north is not manned, is not checked. So terrorists come and go. People come and go anyhow they want without control. What do you ever hear Nigerians dead bodies talking about this? Somebody, a military intelligence officer, high-ranking intelligence officer, which I played his clip even today, before I started. He came to the national television to risk his life to tell Nigerians that there are so few people that wants to Islamize this country. That what is happening, it is not something that will be solved with brutal force. The terrorists you are seeing in Nigeria, it is something that is pre-planned. How many Nigerians have ever talked about this in the national discourse? That's why I call them dead bodies. After all, Aisha Buhari came and asked Nigerians, he told Nigerians that people have hijacked, few people, 2 or 3 people have hijacked the government of his husband. And he asked, where are the men? Instead of the men to do something. Now they came in the night only to lick the shoes of these cabals, these 2 or 3 cabals, to ask for positions. She was shocked. because he was expecting for people to do something, for Nigerians to rise up. But dead bodies, where? You see them laughing with Aisha's statement in bars, laughing away their lives, making comedy, laughing away, going into oblivion with their comedies, with their useless comedies. She also informed Nigerians that they should stop calling her the wife of the president, that they should be calling her only first lady, telling everybody that Buhari is dead. But dead bodies, they cannot fart. They don't do nothing. So now she went on a looting spree. Now, for the enlightened mindset or minds as Biafrans, it is time to ask very crucial questions. Time to make radical changes, which we are doing. Time for the emancipation of black race, starting from the Biafra liberation. Time to face our very shameful and deplorable situation in this planet Earth and tell ourselves the truth. Time to reject being referred to as a place of darkness. That is Nigeria. Do you know the meaning of Nigeria? Place of darkness. And you are happy because you're a dead body. You are happy answering nigger Aryan. You are from nigger area. And shouldn't you be ashamed of yourself? It is time to emancipate ourselves from both mental and physical slavery. Time to embrace enlightenment. Time for a very deep retrospection, deep thought. Time to go to the source of our underdevelopment and backwardness. In this era of 21st century, when I used to marvel, sometimes I say, what are we even contributing in this planet Earth? Nigeria, what are you contributing? Just tell us. They'll tell you, we are exporting crude oil. If they kill everybody with a nuclear weapon, as maybe Russia and the West, they are showing up. They are flexing their muscles. Because Russia cannot be there and intimidate him. He has nuclear weapon. And China now watching him. So we don't know what is going to happen tomorrow, honestly. What if there is nuclear bomb blaster in that so-called Nigeria and everybody is wiped off? Won't they be happy for the crude oil? You're something you didn't put on the ground, but nature just brought it. And now caliphate, they share it because they love something on the ground, not something on the head, something on the ground. The caliphate loves it. They are ready to die for it. Is that thing not going to still remain there? What are we contributing as human beings to this world? What is our export apart from natural resources, apart from raw materials? Because the program Nigeria, in order to be an exporter of cheap raw materials, cheap labor and raw materials, don't you know that? Is it not what is going on today? You study, you have a master's in Nigeria University. You travel abroad, what you study, they will take you as a cleaner. Is it not source of cheap labor? Is it not what is happening? How can we continue allowing ourselves in order to be manipulated and programmed the way they want us to be? What is the need of you being a human being? Is it not to change something, for goodness sake? Is it not for us to change something? The same way others are changing their environments. It is very, very sad to see that people are thinking, go backwardly. I want us to understanding the meaning of our time. That is the topic of my submission. Now, let me go on a bit further. It is time, this time we are in is a time for a very deep retrospection. Time to go to the source of our underdevelopment and backwardness. If you start thinking about this, These are things that are supposed to be discussed always. It becomes a national discourse. In Nigeria, what you hear always is we can challenge PDP. He say he will destroy PDP. I think fires back. And the Nollywood actress confesses that he is divorcing his husband. And the husband fires back. This is what you hear. Rubbish news. Party. Oh, how you are going to do party election. No advancement, nothing. You see, people, I ask people, under the Nigerian setting, when are you going to talk about development? When are you going to make, cut edge technology? People will come up and say, okay, I saw the other day, Uganda is building, government or not individual, sponsoring the building of electric vehicles, including electric buses, that will start up completely operational, I think, to 2024. Very good. You see, I said, why not? Tell me technological advancement that Nigeria will come up now and say, okay, look at what we are doing as a government, not individuals. Not private, no. As a government, we sponsor this. You see them, is it not a sponsoring of Kilishi? Making of Kilishi for 30 good years. They were, siphoning billions and billions of dollars. The same way they establish a ministry of religious affairs in the north, or with Nigerian money. That is why they want to die in power. This useless set of people. God caused us and put us with them to be together with them as one country. Sometimes I cannot understand. It's a curse. It's a curse. All they care is to loot. They sponsored useless things for them. You see them, all these alhajis, they build farm places around them all, have buildings in their farms. All that are there is cash in the north. You see warehouses they built is cash. They have all there cash. Dollars, pounds, euros, everything. Cash. All that matters is for them to rig election. During election hearing, only that time they start. They loot money to make sure that Onyamiri don't enter into power. That no, but only them control the power. Is that what we are going to continue living? Sometimes it's a cause for us to stay with this type of people. They don't think advancedly to how are we going to advance? No, that is not their problem. As long as you loot money, you go and pray in the mosque, and heaven, Allah will grant you. What these people are, for goodness sake. It's a cost to be with them. I'm telling you. Tell me what a technological advancement that Nigeria can proudly contribute, come out and say, okay, we can. I saw you can. I was watching it, I think 2 days back in one, I've forgotten the television station. I was surprised. I was browsing, I saw it. I said, let me. Uganda building, the government sponsoring the building of electric cars. They are now using even electric bicycles and bikes. Now they enter into big buses, all these luxurious buses, electric vehicles. They say no. And when you see the people in charge of all these projects, young men and women between the ages of 20s and 30s, very sharp. Look at in Nigeria, look at everybody. The people that are in charge are useless old people, for goodness sake. The vampires in our land. They put us in a curse with these people. That is why people must react. All we are doing is to raise dead body. It will be a miracle. What IPOB is doing to raise up dead bodies from decades of death, so that you start reacting. because it is not normal. We are in the 21st century. All that matters in Nigeria is loot money, enter public office, loot money, wait for election so that you can buy people, so that you can buy people, buy youths, impoverish everybody so that you use your money. They'll be calling you names, they're praising you as an old fool. And you'll be giving people money, buying them to do your bidding. Is that life? Is that life, I ask? We must continue. Time for a very deep retrospection. Time to brush up and enter into the sphere of advancing Homo sapiens. I've been saying this. If we don't take time, the Homo sapiens will leave us behind. The same way human beings, Homo sapiens, left the Homo erectus behind, the Neanderthals, the monkeys and baboons we are seeing today, that have their limit of wisdom. They have limitation. Now they were left behind. So let us not continue pursuing money until people, the Homo sapiens, enlighten the people, will leave us behind, for goodness sake. I've been saying this so that in the next 300-400 years, they don't see Nigerians as pets, animal pets. You can fly from Norway. Where are you going? I'm going to Nigeria to buy a pet. You buy a Nigerian, chain him. He will be happy to follow you. You become a pet like dog in your house because he has no productivity. You understand? Because of the system we found ourselves. That is why we must fight in order to remove ourselves from this system. The time is now for this fight. That is why we understand, or we should understand, the meaning of our time. We should understand that it is time to genuinely ask questions about who is a Nigerian. I have been saying this here. Only this question restructured India. Only this question. Before India was fighting for independence. Mahatma Gandhi was fighting through his peaceful way. He's a great man fighting for independence. But some other enlightened fellow, he's a Muslim. That guy, I've forgotten his name. He's a Muslim. He raised up this question. He said, this thing we are fighting, India. He said, can we define who is an Indian? He's a Muslim Indian that rose up this question. That today is a Pakistani. Now, Pakistan. He rose up. The question opened the eyes of Indians that time. They say, okay, now true, this place we are going, the way they structured us, we are not like this before. We have Spanish India. We have Francophone India or French India, which is no more part of us, but they are our brothers. But they put us together with people that we are not naturally together with. We shouldn't be with. So, who is an Indian? Only that question made them to think deeply, as enlightened the people. They woke up from sleep and said, okay, this is a question. It became a national discourse. Can you define an Indian? The same question we are bringing today, who is a Nigerian? If Nigerians are not dead bodies, they should take up this question and start asking it. Even what is the name of that useless channel? Channels Television. In all their useless data media, they should be asking this question. Who is a Nigerian? Not no. Forget about it. Later, we have to move on. Forget about this question. We have to. You are moving on to where? To hellfire, to where? The question made Indians to open their eyes. And when Mahatma Gandhi tried to use politics to cover, no, I'm the father of all India, both Muslim India and Hindu India. The question brushed him outside and said, oh boy, 1 time ago you have done your bit, but we cannot continue staying like that. You put us into problem, tomorrow you die and go off. Now the future generation will continue suffering. One Hindu had the call, went and slaughtered, shot and killed him. I said, oh, thank you for liberating us, but you cannot keep us back. And killed Mahatma Gandhi because he was using sentiment. No, I'm the father of the country, or every country, everybody. We are all one. Say, which kind one? Who is a Nigerian? Ask that question. This question is a very deep question. Who is a Nigerian? Bala Mohammed of Bauchi, is he Bauchi state governor? He came and told you that every Fulani in the whole of Africa is a Nigerian. And Nigerians took it because they are dead bodies. No person respect. Only here on Radio Biafra, we have been raising this question. Who is a Nigerian? Who is a Nigerian? That play, Nigerian. Who is a Nigerian? Why is it that now during the election time, candidates now it's no more Nigerian? No, this one is Hausa or Fulani. This one is Yoruba. This one is Igbo. It's no more Nigerian. Why are you deceiving yourself, you orangutan, you monkeys? Why are you deceiving yourself that you're in a country? Who is a Nigerian? Understanding the time we are in. You understand? Time for a referendum about being part of Nigeria or not. This is not another time for the usual primitive election. Time for us to know, understand, and do something about the terms of the flag independence granted to African countries. You know, many African countries got independence through sentiment. You don't know that you don't run a government, you don't run a country with sentiment or under sentiment, no? Many independence was granted under, leave them, give us under any time. Let them go first, let them go. It is not like that. There are, that is why, some people say, no, let us take a Biafra anyhow. Say no. There are things you cannot, if you enter it, you are done. You will even regret. You understand? You have to be thorough in everything we are doing as a people. It's not about sentiment. It's not buying and selling. You carry, buy and go and sell quick, sell wholesale. Even any person that bring. No. This is a country, running a country. Many African countries got their independence through sentiment. They didn't even know where they are heading into or what they are heading into. They thought that it is something that, anyway, let them go. Europeans go after we manage ourselves. They don't know. They sign anything they saw. As long as they are free, they say for them they are free. Oh. They don't know that they are entering into another unseen hand, neo-colonialism that is worse than direct colonialism. You understand? One of the examples is the terms for the independence of some African countries from France are based on these three agreements. Listen, all these things, they don't teach it in school. They don't, and the worst part of it is that all these politicians, they don't open it up. People start hearing it, singing it. No, because they are there to win elections, not to run their country. That is why I abhor this system of democracy that Europe brought into Africa. Say it's their version. There is another cycle of deception. Because none of the politicians, all that matters to the politicians, to the people that are called political elites in Africa, is to win election, not to champion the country or lead the country into higher ground. No, it is only to win election, nothing more. Anything they can do, if they can keep the people in the step of stupidity forever, for them to be winning election, okay, it is okay for them. You understand? That is why I used to say, in countries like Africa, one mad person should rise up and do something. Like Gideon Oka, he rose up. If not water, Ikenwachuku and all others sabotage everything. That is the type of revolution. If you understand, it's not that you can never develop through this election. Hearing 4 years, you go do election, you rig somebody. Europe, they smartly structured, when they are leaving Africa, they structured Africa into loving parties than their country. You understand? Because you have to win election. So anything to win election is a welcome. After all, you have to be in charge. If you understand. Thomas Sankara, remember, he didn't enter office through democracy, Thomas Sankara. Do you understand that? For Kakame that is there now, they are saying he's a dictator, but he's a good dictator. These are the type of dictators that we want. This man of Gaddafi of India, of Libya, is not a Democrat. We give example and tell me which African country is doing very well through this their democracy. Morocco is not a democracy, eh? One mad good, there is always a good mad person. You know, some people call Mazi that he is mad. That is the type of madness that is needed for a country to advance. Because without that type of madness, you are going nowhere. You're doing as usual. Oh, okay. Let us be law-abiding citizens. Okay. We go to election. You choose who to. Which type of election? Where people are, they are stuck in primitivity. People are not enlightened. People are not told what they're supposed to know. Like these terms of independence of some African countries from France. These three terms of agreement. They are not told about it. And all the politicians, they hide it because they believe that if they say it, France, if they open it up to the public, that France, that hold them hostage will come. Because France knows their secret. They loot money and take to France. France knows everything they are doing. France knows everything all these politicians they are doing. So how will they talk? Instead, they keep the people in stupidity and electioneering. Otherwise, why haven't any of their presidents to come up on national televisions and tell, look, my comrades, look at the problem we are having. Look at what France made our predecessors to sign before independence. Did you hear any of them say it? Unless revolutionists like Thomas Sankara. Do you understand? And people like Robert Mugabe that don't care. And that is why they fought him. Now, listen to the terms of the agreements. They are based on these three agreements, three terms. One, each of the countries, they call Francophone countries, will adopt the French CFA as their common currency and will be 100% controlled by France. Are you seeing it? Controlled by France. And they are giving you independence and you are agreeing. Number two, each of the countries will eternally be paying France 10% of their export earnings in return for France guaranteeing their sovereignty and security. 10% of their export earnings, a country, every year, 10%. They are paying tithe to France. And all these things they don't teach people in school. Because if they teach all these things to pupils, to children, they will grow up and pursue France and say, nah, here game it tomorrow, let it do today. Let it happen today. But they don't do it. Because they want to continue ruling. They want to win elections. You understand? That is it. Number three, each of these countries will keep their national reserves in France. And if any of them withdraws from those reserves without France's consent, it will be considered a loan that will be paid, that should be paid or repaid to France with interest. You keep your money with somebody, and he's using your money for business. The whole 14 countries. Do you see how France is making $500 billion every year from the 14 Francophone countries? Do you see it? Are you hearing it? All these things they're supposed to be shouting every time in school so that people will grow up and rise up. We have that righteous indignation in order to rise up to do something their own way. But no way. The politicians keep it secret and Is it my money? Is it not my the country money? He is allowed to loot. So that during election, we bring out money to buy people. This one is for France, so we never know about Britain. Britain own is he sold us into slavery to the caliphate. Direct. Is the worst. So that we don't, because they know that the caliphate, they are going nowhere. They are where they kept them. Their problem is religion. Say, give them religion. Oh, Islam, pray 5 times. Go to Biafra land and have oil wells. Loot the money and hold on to power. What you talk is what happens. You understand? No person grows up. How do you think that we continue being inside this quagmire and start talking of election? Is it not madness? For goodness sake. We should understand the meaning of time. Our time we are in. Now, this is where I'm going to end, please. I will continue this another day. I will continue this, honestly, another day. Look at countries like Benin Republic, countries like Togo, countries like Cameroon. They pay 10% of their annual exports earning. The little raw materials they are selling, 10% goes to France every year. And France is living very, very well. They will come to you and tell you, oh, Frank Africa, how they love Africa. You had the statement of the new Italian would-be Italian Prime Minister, the woman. How he blasted Macron. How I wish, people, we allow sentiments to overcome us. How I wish in every Western country that it is all these radical far rights that takes over government. Because they face the reality, honestly. Somebody that is telling you, look, I want you to be something. Instead of coming to me to beg all the time, and I'll be giving you money for food, only for you to eat every day. You'll be buying down to me. I don't want your disturbance again. I will help you to build a business in your own place. Get a shop, build a business. I will help you to do that, so that you don't come to me again to disturb me. How is that thing bad, for goodness sake? Than somebody that anything that he sees goodness that comes your way, he will take it from you. Instead, every morning you come and bow down, he will give you akam. He will give you 100 naira to go and eat, you and your children, and you thank him bow down to him. Which one? And he said he loves you. Among these two people, who is the best person? We should be wise, honestly. We should be wise. The enlightenment that is preaching here, people should benefit from it. In order to understand the meaning of the time we are in, stop being sentimental in matters that are very crucial to our living. This is where I'm going to stop. I'm going to go into few minutes break, so that when I come back, I will open the lines so that people will call in and air their view. Please don't go away, please.
Welcome back. Yes, we'll be talking about what you just saw now, the security breach in NDA, and we've got Commodore Kunle Olawumi joining us here this morning. He's the head Department of Criminology and Security Studies, Christland University, Nigeria. Good morning, sir. Thank you for coming on today.
Thank you very much for having me.
Well, this is it's one of those blow your cheeks out moments, because lots of people, when they heard it, they just thought, no way, this can't be. But they just thought, well, in fact, some people thought it was fake news. Others thought, nah, maybe there could be some other explanation to this. And then the academy put up this press release saying, yes, it's been compromised. And here we are today. So details are emerging that raises more questions than answers at the moment. But what's your impression of this, for instance?
Thank you very much. My impression, I think, is just the impression of every Nigerian at this point. This is an aberration. I mean, you don't attack a Nigerian Defense Academy and kill officers and get away with it.
Yeah.
The last time I was in NDA was in 2017. I went to carry out an investigation by the Minister of Defense. I wanted me to check what is going on with the training and the security environment there. I remember I spent about a week at NDA with the commandant and with the staff, you know. But something struck me, and that was every Friday, the gate of NDA is thrown open, and everybody have access to come and pray in the mosques. And I want to actually enjoin journalists to go to all military formations across the country on Friday by 1 o'clock. You are going to see the same thing happening across all military formations, including Naval Training Commander Papa, including the division in Ibadan, including NDA, including Jaji. I was in Jaji in 1994 for my junior division. And every Friday, our gate is thrown open. And everybody comes in to pray in our mosques. Even though they have their mosque outside. If you go to Defense Headquarters, I serve at Defense Headquarters as the Deputy Director, Defense Administration between 2015 and 2017. Throughout my 2 years at Defense Headquarters, I received visitors only twice because of the strict security architectures at the Defense Headquarters. But every Friday, the gate of Defense Headquarters is thrown wide open for everybody to come in and do Jumat. That is the time the terrorists have the time to profile our security environment.
Has that always been the case?
It has always been the case. I've served the military intelligence for the past 35 years. It has always been the case. Our problem is religion and socio-cultural. I mean, people will expect me to come here and start talking about kinetics, about operation and so on. I've been an operational commander all my life. I've commanded warships, I've commanded troops, I've commanded men outside Nigeria and so on. But I'm not going to come to your station to discuss kinetics. The problem is not kinetics. In 2017, 2016, I'm always a member of the Security and Intelligence Brief at the Defense Headquarters. I told them, General Lawrence Shakin then, that the challenge we have in this country cannot be solved the same way we solved the problem of Niger Delta. The Niger Delta problem was solved during Yaradua time, basically by me. And I told them that we can't use that same template for Boko Haram. I told General Lawrence Shakin to look at the center of gravity of the problem. And we all came together. I was made a member of the committee, including Atahiru that just died was a member of that committee in 2016, 2017. And we came to a conclusion after several arguments. And the arguments were three. To identify the center of gravity of the problem, one group said it is the fighters, the Boko Haram fighters are the center of gravity, so we should go after them. Another group said the center of gravity of Boko Haram is Abubakar Shekau. So if you go after Abubakar Shekau, then the problem of Boko Haram will be solved. I took exception to the group. I said that is not the center of gravity of the problem of Boko Haram insurgency that we were having between that 2012 and 2017. And General Shakin asked me, allow me, why are you giving problem? What is the problem? Give us the answer. And I told General Shun that if I tell you the answer, you're not going to be able to solve the problem. He said, what is the problem? I said, the center of gravity of Boko Haram and insurgency in Nigeria are the sponsors of that program. It was beyond us. Because the job we need to do is kinetics. Fight, destroy places, resolve issues. But we cannot resolve issue of sponsors of Boko Haram that were in Buhari's government, that we know them.
When you say we, who?
I was in the military intelligence. And
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Jonathan. Right. 3286224. I repeat, +1 213 328 6224. Our WhatsApp and Signal line is +61 405 142 547. I repeat, +61 405 142 547. You can call us now or on your view about the issue treated. But remember, the topic of my submission, understanding the meaning of our time. That is the topic of our submission today. I have a first caller on direct line. Can you hear me? Call on direct line. Caller on direct line. Can you hear me? Please go on.
Hello, good evening, sir.
There, welcome to welcome to the program. Go on, please.
Hello.
Mazi, go on. Welcome to the program. Go on. I don't know whether you are not hearing me. Go on, please.
Okay, my name is Chinedu from NBC. So, Mazi, you've seen it all. I don't know how long, because so many of us to rise up to their responsibility, Today, I came across some Biafra actually, taking arguments. They were like, Buhari is still alive. The guy being Sorok is Buhari. I was in this 21st century that people couldn't even realize what is true from lies. They cannot differentiate. I feel so bugged about it. Honestly, I thank FWB leadership, the yourself, can't thank you enough from educating us more. So, last month actually I traveled home, and these guys called the Buagos. They came in neighboring community, they will scare away some boys, and the boys in my community, they were like, I was just looking at that. They were like, the guys, the IPOB members, that's why they came for them. I was like, I don't know, actually. Mazi, I don't really know. Hello, can you hear me?
Mazi, go on. The whole world is hearing you. Go on, please.
Hello?
Go on. Mazi, the whole world is hearing you. Please, go on. And summarize.
I don't know how long it will still take Biafrans, you know. Some of them shouting obedient. Maybe many of them, that 2023, many of them want to be alive and we want to see the result. You know, so for me, I believe take down Eke. So
No. You talk to Biafrans. Caller on Mazi, can you hear me? Caller on what's up? Mazi Gochuku, can you hear me?
Yes, Mazi, I can hear you. Can you hear me as well?
The whole world is hearing you, not only me. Even dead bodies,
Thank you very much.
dead bodies are hearing you, even if they cannot react. Go on, please.
Yes, Mazi, that is the truth. Thank you very much, my big brother, Mazi Jonathan. I appreciate you for the good job that you are doing. Your lecture is, in fact, the heaven is bearing us witness and they are listening. And then I use this opportunity to salute Hamedike, the only man that have seen it all, that said that he will sacrifice everything to make sure that his people is free. And he is not stopping. The reason why Hamadike is still there is because of us. And we are here because of him. If Hamadike wants to come out tomorrow, he will take the offer of the Fulani. But he has looked into their eyes and tell them to go to hell. You cannot bribe me with something that belongs to me. And I hear me, it's never been done in anywhere. Mazi, the same way I go to, I say our ancestors keep guide and protecting him anywhere they should put him. At the end of the day, they don't have any other alternative than to release him and give him what he is asking for. And the freedom of his people is what he's going to get. We are not going back on it. And Mazi said that something must to happen before Biafra will be restored. If you are a true spiritual person, not this Pakmaya people that are telling you donate money so that they go and buy private jets. If you are a true prophet man, from what is happening in this world now, you will see that we are getting there. And that has been my prayer. Let that stain that they have been piling for years, I want it to explode today and tomorrow, so that we will restore our kingdom. And we are getting there. Mazi, I know that people will not understand what I'm saying, but I'm not going to say it here clearly because the whole world is listening.
Of course.
But the ones who are
I know.
have already know what I'm saying.
Now.
No. That is my prayer. I've been praying to Kokikabiama. Let it go up so that Akajaya high. That has been my prayer. And we are getting there. We are close. And it will most surely happen. Mazi, I remember your brother going to call you from UK. And then I use this opportunity to be greeting DOS and HOD. I salute you all. Those of you, Mazi Chike Doziem and his crew, you did not allow yourself to be bullied and cowed by any idiot. I salute your courage and IPOB principal officers and all of you Biafrans that are listening my voice, that is working assiduously to restore Biafra, not the saboteurs. There is one thing for the saboteurs. You know what saboteurs stand for, and you know the repercussion of saboteurs, and they know the activities, and the activities will lead them where they're supposed to go, and they know it. Mazi, now I came to what you said that caught my attention. The reason why I'm calling here. You know, when you say that the main reason Nigerian government is doing everything is doing is their main reason is IPOB. They are targeting IPOB. You know why? What you said here, that they want our people to begin to say, if it is how this Biafra will be,
let it not come with our people want to, they want our people to rise against us. I witness it. I witness what I'm telling you here now. We don't lie. 2 days ago, when I went to somewhere else, where my friends are, and somebody that I'm telling you now is an Amberia. I'm here with him, and then he's telling me that his mother is telling him that Kwande Biafra and here.
That is it.
Mazi, can you hear me?
Yes, I said that is it. That is it. That is the report even personally I've been getting from home. For them to understand.
Mazi,
this is what Nigeria government is doing.
You know me, now it's a challenge. I tell the guy that me and you are here, but what is happening in back home, I know it more than you. Even the people back home, we are the ones sometimes even tell them what is happening. He asked me, why am I saying that? I said, we are arguing about, I said, you are here, you don't know nothing. I know anything because I know where I get my information. You don't know nothing. So he led to very big argument where he was telling me that how can I know something when his mother is back home here? His mother, they are telling him that it's IPOB that is doing all these things. I tell him, go and tell your mother to make sure is what they told him. I am telling you now that it's not IPOB, that we know the people that is doing this. We will raise and he's my friend, but I nearly, me, when I get upset, I don't care if you're my friend or not. I told him, go and tell your mother that he is living there. But what they are telling him is nothing to do with IPOB. Tell your mother that it's not IPOB. And he said his mother will tell him that it's IPOB that is. I said, okay, call your mother and tell him that it's not IPOB that is doing it. Mazi, that is the reason why I came to tell our people we need to buckle our shoes, because this is where the zoo government is headed, to blackmail IPOB through our own people. Now, that reminds me to Echo to market. You remember what they were shouting there? Say no to IPOB. They were shouting. The zoo, the Fulani military were shouting, say no to IPOB.
They were destroying our people's shops and saying, if they are burning, they are saying, say no to IPOB. Say no to IPOB. That is the only problem. Yeah.
That is what they want to achieve, so that our people will come and start saying, oh, that is where the zoo is heading to. Exactly where is the zoo? But we are not going to allow them. Never will we allow them. We will tell them that we know exactly what you are doing. Let's begin to tell them so that they will know that we know. Not that we know already, but let's tell them that we will dictate for you people, not you people dictate for us. Our own people, we are going to lecture them that this is the handwriting of the zoo. Now, our people should understand one thing. Immediately, we made that mistake by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was interviewed by this Eperima somewhere in Finland. This criminal that we don't know where he came from. That was the mistake we made. We allowed that idiot, because he's the zoo that sent them. The people that push Mazi to accept that interview. We made a very big mistake. Immediately that Eperima interviewed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the zoo now started having contact with him. This is exactly what happened. They now start pushing him. They now start giving him all sorts of things, calling him, begin to tell him, do you know that you can do more than Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? That is what happened. That is where you see him begin to challenge DOS. That is where you see him begin to say, we are not going to listen to anybody that is DSS dungeon. Our people should begin to reason. Our people should open their ears.
Mazi, let me remind you, because our people used to forget. No, I hope you know, or if you've not forgotten also, that during that time, even BBC carried it on news. Oh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been replaced by Simon Ekpa. Oh, to get the Simon BBC, I'm telling you, BBC.
Okay.
That is where I say our people should, even if anything, if that place made me, I say, my goodness me. So, how can, just imagine BBC praising Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Is it possible in this life? It's not possible.
It's impossible, man.
You know, somebody that the people, you know, the BBC, they want him to replace. Oh, he's replaced already, so let him do the work. He know how to restore your BBC. Quick, Mazi, please go on and round up, please.
Yes, Mazi, let me round up so that other people. Our people should, you know, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have lectured us whereby if you come closer to us, we will tell you. When you approach us, we will tell you what you want to talk and what you are bringing to the table. That is how we operate. We don't need to. Immediately, our leader was interviewed by that Eperima. The zoo government contact him immediately. So if these people that say that they are confused, why is it this Nelly going to Mazi Chinedu telling him to change DOS to ESN command? Our people need one. Our Biafra our people. Can't you read something? Can't you just sit down somewhere and, you know, ask yourself questions? Why did these people went and try to change DOS to ESN? What man he put in place? Why did that lady went there? Today, where is she? Assuming now Mazi Chinedu fall that victim, where are we going to be today? Where is that lady today? Their plan is to cause her IPOB and DOS. And immediately, if they succeeded in getting DOS, we are finished. Because who is going to make law? Who is going to lead us? Who is going to tell us, do this, don't do this, stop? Everybody will be doing things on their own. That is why they named themselves autopilot. They know what they were doing because they thought that by destroying DOS, IPOB will become autopilot. Everybody now amazing here, Masriani. No, it wasn't like that. But by Chuko Kabiama in our side, little did they know that they have failed. They have failed. That is why you see they have resorted to blackmailing people. Blackmailing everybody. This Nigeria agent. That was the mistake we made by allowing this criminal to interview Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The mistake has been made, but we have corrected it now. But we have to follow them, watch them one on one. Anywhere they go, we pursue them. Mazi, thank you for giving me this opportunity.
There were Mazi. Thank you. I have a caller, my co-host, Wada Mariam. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
There were Wada.
Good evening, sir.
Welcome to the program.
Welcome back.
There were.
I know you didn't make it public for whatever reason, but I'm going to say it right now. If you want to charge me, charge me. Congratulations to your daughter's graduation. It's a milestone. Rejoice with you and your family. I hope everything went successfully and nice. Okay. Yeah, my name is Marian Heda. I've been speaking from land in America. And good afternoon, my fellow Biafrans. I am from Umunoha. Umunoha is in Bitoli. Bitoli is in Biafra land. Mazi, I'm going to start from this. I believe the person that spoke right now is Mazi Tutu. I'm going to say this. One thing is identify a problem, which we have a problem. But we must be bold. We must be tenacious enough to clean up the mess. What am I saying? It's not a coincidence. It's not a mistake. It is not by accident that experiment. The guy in Finland said 2 or 3 things. One, he said, we have fired the DOS. We have raised vote of no confidence on them. That was number 1. I'm trying to tell us when they began to build where they are now, him and his sponsors. The next step was, my names are now Simon, something like that. So the EOS, Epa Simon Njoku. Okay? It was intentional. The third prong he did was, I am now the spokesperson for Biafra. These are calculated, guided efforts. Now, why am I bringing this before I go to why I really wanted to call? But I'm calling. When And we hear our people now begin to say it is the Biafrans that are doing it. It's coming from this mindset. It's coming from this seat he has laid down and stood. That is even why, up till now, even I have seen 1 or 2 times they created the so-called symbol. They will still use autopilot Biafra. And he will finish speaking, he will say, I am the spokesperson for Biafra. These are intentional behavior. What am I suggesting? I don't know. I have been talking about this. I've been saying it. I can't tell you that I have a solution, but I am speaking because Nandi was saying now everyone will walk. I mean, that's where I'm coming from. We must do something to stop this guy from this crazy propaganda he's doing using the name of Biafra, copy that is using the image of Mazi using ESN, ESN name. He can claim his name is in Joku, but he cannot use it as the movement. We must attack these 3 prongs. That's the deceptive tools he's using. You cannot only blame people that Biafra, like somebody, an old woman, all they hear is Biafra. They are not able to disassociate, discern which one is which. This is a job we must do. If you want to mess up a fish, he has to run from the head. You want to spoil a river, you must go to the source. These 3 prongs are the source of the confusion. So when he sends his people through his signal, they go and commit something, they'll say, we are Biafran. The people back home are not able to disassociate or be able to discern from the genuine Biafrans or not. We must do this. I've been saying this, but let me go into what I wanted to say. You talked about time. You always fascinate me, Mazi. I keep saying that. You provoke my thoughts. Now, time is one of the equations. Albert Einstein, one of the brightest minds so far, was not able to ratify. Mazi, you're talking about time. In America here, I don't know about Europe. You have generations. They call this Generation Z, Generation Y, Generation Z. People in my age grade, I believe, we are the analog generation. We are the analog generation. That was when transistors have not been bent into nano states. Now, with transition, once humanity were able to bend transistors into nano size, things began to fall. That's when we enter into this technology age. Now, humanity have left. That's what you're trying to say. I'm going to bring my argument in 2 prongs. I'm going to make it quick. Humanity left. They have gone beyond bending transistors into nano. They have gone beyond nano. That's why they're entering into quantum physics. Now, I must say, I'm not a pure science. I'm a social scientist by profession, by training, but I dabble into things because I need to have at least an idea. When you're talking about quantum physics, Mazi, I can argue our ancestors, they had an idea. They practiced it, but in a different dimension. What am I saying? When you get into quantum physics, we are talking about being in multiple places at the same time. We need to talk about wormholes. You're talking about bending time. That's where technology is going now. That is what the Nobel Prize this individual won. Trying to bend time so that we can follow the normal course of things. Mazi, I can argue our ancestors had an idea. I'm not going to, because what I'm trying to say is compact. I'm going to compact it. Why do I say that? Even some of our ancestors or some of us have that knowledge. But the only thing is that what science do, which is how they do their thing, they want to physically transport humanity or the physical object connected from point A to point B through the bending of time, wormholes, quantum physics. That's what we are. That the physical person can be, or the physical object can be in a location, but they were able to move the prayer, the essence of that individual from one location to another location. I'm not going to unpack everything like I said. I'm going to, take it because what I'm saying is a little bit compacted. So what I'm saying is a little bit compacted. So what Western science is trying to do is to bring to bear, because science, empirical experiments are something that you can measure. That's what they are trying to discover. That's what they are trying to unearth. It's been there. We knew it. Now, what has happened to us that when they came in and messed us up, like you always say that people are like stuck. We are stuck in time. We are stuck in time capsule. That is the problem we have. And unless we begin to unfold, we come from that time capsule and begin to unfold ourselves. Just like you have 2 a.m., 3 a.m., you cannot see 3 a.m. until you have experienced 2 a.m. We are stuck in time in a capsule until that is open. That is the difficulty you and I are having. It's very few of us who have out of that time capsule where we are, that are understanding what we are doing. And I continue to pray, we'll continue to go. I don't want to pack it because I don't know whether the audience will really follow me. I don't want to give too much. But Mazi, what you're saying, I get it. We are dealing with time. We are stuck in time. We must get out of that time. That is why when you see somebody like Mazi or Hamadike One who has escaped that time capsule, if you're not careful, you may never understand him. You call him revolutionary. You call him a renegade. He has escaped that time. We must escape this time capsule we are in so that we can traject ourselves into the future. Mazi, thank you so much. God bless. I'll bring this argument some other time. Maybe on a platform.
You are always on point, honestly. And that is it. Being stuck in time. That is the reason why many of us don't understand the time we are in. And this subject today treats about pushing us to understanding the time our own time, the time we are in. People, when you look at the cut-edge technology that is taking place every other place, but when you come to our land, all you talk about is 2023 model car. You see that people are still backwards, honestly. People are still backwards. I have a caller on WhatsApp. Welcome to the program. Can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp.
Yes, I can. I hear you, Mazi.
There, well, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mazi. Good evening.
There, well.
Good evening. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good night. Depending on your time zone, Biafrans. I remain your humble servant, Mazi Nwoye Chinedu Mwanwe. Wake up,
there were Mazi Aganeku.
I greet them. I love your program today because we have come to possess our possessions. We owe nobody any apology for that. We have been under traumatized for many years. It's not that we caused it ourselves. No, people caused it to us. They changed our mentalities and they changed many things in our lives. Land is paradise. Our land is paradise. The paradise people are running after, going to church, going to everywhere, praying to acquire. It's our land, Biafra. Because the Garden of Eden, we are the Eden people. We are the Ndimu people. We are the original people on earth. We are the inhabitants of this planet Earth. So, come to my point this evening. The world change the calendar. we are using before to bring it up again. We will not follow the planet to flow to calendar they follow with our original calendars. A key point, the four elements are the whole thing that connect this planet Earth. Our land is where all of us got to defend now. Not to destroy it and went to other people's own and started building it. They would all the laws there, you keep it. But our own law, you can't keep it. This time everybody must keep the law of our land. Small time we will ask the original people that is in our land now, Utimbudumbo people, original Ezanes, because the Eze, the way you see today in our land, they are not helping us. They are among the people that they used to destroy our land. All of us must talk to them to do the needful. We have told them to pass through Alpha to find the original person that will hold the staff of any community. This is the time. We are not looking at anybody's face. If they say we should give up that, we give order. All of them will run. We're not to give any order. We are now telling them because our leader says that we will push you and show you where to fall. This is the time. We are pushing them out to tell them where to fall now by going through Alpha to know the original people that will hold the staff of each community. This is the time. We owe nobody any apology for that, man. So let our brothers and sisters bear it in mind that what we got to restore is in our land. It's in our land there. The person that will hold the staff of your family, the person that will hold the staff of your the people that are sharing land with your father. There is Obi. They gather to do things. They call it Mbuke. Then another one is Umunna, kindred. Another one is Ogbe. We call it Ebo. There is another thing that will hold the staff of those obese. That is the restoration of Biafra we are talking about. Not here to pamper anything or to defend foreign thing in our land. This is the time. We are not looking at anybody's page. And now thinking about our own, the original Biafra star, Obibo. That is Igbo. Because Igbo is we are all descendants of Igbo. So everybody know we are now here to correct what slave spoil in our land, what missionaries in our land, and what colonization spoiling in our land. We are not, look at what is happening on earth. Are we the cause of it? See, what they are looking for to carry on slave is what is still happening today, and nobody is talking about. Look at it now. And our brothers is in the politicians. They are messing up down there. We are warning them. Not that we are warning them. If we catch them, if we hold any of them, he will suffer. Thank you very much, Mazi. Go on with your program. It's going in line. It's going in line. Thank you very much.
There will remain blessed. Caller on signal. Welcome to the program. Can you hear me? Caller on signal. Can you hear me, please?
Good evening to Biafrans and lovers of freedom.
There we
Thank you, Mother. My name is Ifan Chukwumada Abuchi, and I'm calling you from the Kingdom of the Netherlands. Before I go to the subject of your submission tonight, please let me make this little announcement.
Five seconds before.
Okay. Yes, it is the IPOB in the Netherlands is calling IP family members, Biafrans and lovers of freedom to come to our ESN fundraising event. We need to support our men and gallant women and men on the ground. The date is 15th of October. Time is 3 p.m. Central African Time. That is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The venue is Charity House by my F. Charity House by my dress. Number 1239. By my dress number 1239. Postcode 1103 Tango X-ray Amsterdam. That's postcode 1103 TX Amsterdam. The numbers to call for more information or direction are +31 687 902 075. That is +31 687 902 075. And the next number is +31 644 849 174. And I repeat, +31 644 849 174. If you are coming with public transport, stop at Gansenhof metro station or Gansenhof bus stop or Gansenhof metro station. You are very close to the venue if you take this this stop I've just mentioned. Thank you, my brother, for the opportunity to make this announcement. Understanding the time, my brother. You see, when I started following our leader Mazi and Kano, the first thing he said that hit home, apart from our plight in Nigeria, my education on Radio Biafra started by what he said, that what makes the difference between human being and the animal is the ability to reason. And you, my brother Jonathan, has been also hammering on elimination of the mind. That is because when we say elimination, people tend to misunderstand it. It means shining light, bringing light to the mind, enlightenment, renaissance, getting rebirth in your head, so that you know what's up. Because if where we have to make our people understand about what you said, understanding the time. You see, we have been with some people for 400 to 500 years. They have been dealing with us for that 400 to 500 years. Now the question is, where are we? Are we independent? Are we free? And in terms of what we can call governance, that's government, elections, economics, education, etc. If we are not free in those things, then what credibility has anybody to tell us not to, seek for, relief from other source? Because the British people wonder what if France is taking so much from Francophone Africa, then what is Britain taking from Anglophone Africa? Now look at Nigeria. What is Britain taking from Nigeria? Apart from micromanaging everything in Nigeria, including the leaders or rulers, the minerals there, they take as much as they want. Oil and gas is no man's business. They take it as much as they want, and so forth. So their own literature is unquantifiable. And Britain left European Union that is developed and civilized and at peace. Britain left it, and they are still begrudging us having Biafra in a ruinous, injurious, retrogressive, and murderous Nigeria. That is what Britain means for us. And so we have to engage our minds. We have to tell our young ones and our listeners and our people on the ground, if somebody don't want you to be free politically in order to manage your resources and your affairs and your destiny, how can that person claim to be your friend? And so we talk about the open borders we talk about in the north. They have open borders in the north. Every people from Chad, Niger Republic, Mauritania, wherever coming from, almost 200 entry points in the north are open. But check this out. The same border, the western connection with the Benin Republic is under lock and key. You can, a ant cannot pass there without being turned inside out. And now they want waterway bill, so that nothing can come from any entry point in the Biafra land and in the south altogether. They are engaging us. We must get away from Nigeria by the grace of God and by our effort. We have to make effort. So, my brother, the West had been dealing with us, and they need to give us a breathing space so that we can chart our own course. We don't hate them. We are friends. We are all that. But our people have been miseducated. Some people don't know their history. Some people didn't know that there were civilizations in Africa even before Europe started those civilizations. Some people didn't know that black Africans educated the Greek, who in turn educated Rome, that actually ruled the war. I was one of my, like, one day he was arguing with me that Egyptians are not black people. I said yes, because you see Arabs there now. But where are indigenous people? They are pitch charcoal black. So I have to leave it here because other people are waiting. But our aim now is enlightenment of the mind, and then liberation of our homeland and our people, because most of our people at home are still in bondage and in mental slavery. And saying this, we are not antagonizing anybody. It's just the time. This is the time we are in, the time of enlightenment. God bless Biafra. God bless you, my brother.
And you too, Mazi. There will remain blessed. I have a caller. Will be the last caller. Caller on WhatsApp. Welcome to the program. Can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp.
Yes. Good evening, Mazi, Jonathan, Chinedu.
And you too, Mazi.
My name is Mazi Chinemerem Odiuku. I'm calling from
There will.
Our forefathers, ancestors, your topic this night, time. Martin and the Cal understand the time, but some of us we don't understand the time. In the first time, Martin and the Cal told Nigeria that he would destroy them with a gun and bullet, with the truth. They thought that it's a gun and bullet, but he's telling them that he's going to destroy them with the time, and he's doing it. And in this our struggle, I need to tell people that this struggle is more spiritual than physical, because those our brothers, those our sisters, they hit 1945 till now. They are not flesh, but they are fighting for this struggle. But some people didn't understand it. What is time? You know, Moses was leading the Israelites with a staff, but he doesn't know the time until he asked God, Osia, What are you holding on your hand? It says staff. But he didn't know the meaning of the staff until I applied. I have done everything through Mazi to give us everything to move this struggle. That sometimes or will come like a day will come like this. When we will look for him, some moment we will not see him. That's why he puts the structured US. But these people, you know, there's a place in the Bible saying, no more chichara come with our where they enlightened. And I begin to see that is true. Even the struggle we are now, some of us did not understand it. Even some of our brothers in diaspora, they did not understand the aim and the time and what God made them to go outside the country. Because for them to know what killed their forefathers or what killed their father, and they will veg. But some of it are think that is going there and make money, come and Biafra land and build hotel and build food centers and very flashier, build a better home. While in their community the whole, there is no pump, there is no light. But only man and they can understand the time and the decision on. That is the problem we have. If that we are going to understand the time we are now, this is the time for we to throw the anger of God upon these people, because these people they are already there. We saw it as a little thing, but it's not a little thing. Like David is told that his catapult is a little, but that what catapult is a mighty thing. God have already condemned Nigeria and condemned their politicians and condemned Nigeria. But us to push, just a little push, we will see the anger of God. If that we are going to understand the time we are now, because this time we are now, God has done everything for us, but He's still waiting on us to act. He's still waiting on us to act, and if you move an inch now to act, everybody is going to see the wrath of God on this planet. But I know the time is now. Many of them, those chosen ones, they are on ground doing what they want to do, and nobody will stop this fight. Nobody. Mazi, do you know there's prophets that are the rest of men that will say that time shall come. The last fight of Britain will be politics and the religion, church together. And you will see that prophecy is fulfilling now. Every religion, every church now, all of them backing Obi, Peter. May Elohim bless you, and may people destroy all this autopilot and auto whatever. Their generation was close. Their generation away. Not by my power, but by the power of Elohim, and by the blood of our brothers, and by the blood of our brothers and sisters, and the blood of our ancestors they killed, will rise up and demolish all of them. Mazi Jonathan, Elohim, Chukwu Abiyama, bless you. Thank you.
There were. Remain blessed. Thank you very much. Caller on signal, Please make it very brief because I shouldn't pick you, but go on, please, Mazi. Call on signal.
Thank you very much, Mazi. Calling from Morocco. One thing I want to tell these people that they maintain their safety. Nigerians, both their politicians, they carry a matured player trying to come and happy moving worldwide. It can be possible. You understand? You make it from the beginning of your program. It's only one of the presidential candidates now, before he's a governor, is now revealing that each local government have allocation of 100 million every month. Mazi Jonathan, he did not put the thing incorrect. The time he was in the governor, now he was coming to president, he's going to tell us I don't want to keep it on. God bless you. Okay, Biafra. God bless you.
Almost Biafra. Thank you, Mazi, for being brief. This is where I'm going to stop picking calls. Please do not call. People are calling, but I will not continue, please. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, all we are doing is to continue touching our consciousness, our awareness to perceive. That is awareness, to perceive. To understand the time we are in. Imagine from 1960, we had a flag independence as Nigeria. Till today, all that. Look at our Jakarta steel industry. Billions and billions of dollars are going there, but nothing is done. For you to understand what type of place we are in, that we shouldn't be there. Billions and billions of dollars has been going on, has been inserted there. All when you want to go to a river, enter into a river, you want to fetch water with basket. Is it possible? It's impossible. Up to today, we cannot even produce toothpick. Look at South Africa, that is being controlled by the same white people. South Africa is manufacturing aircrafts. Do you know that? South Africa is manufacturing warplanes, different kinds of ammunitions, fighters. They have made in South Africa. Why? Because the same white people are in control there. They were directly in control and they are still in control. That is the politics of Nelson Mandela. Because had it been he went outright as other people, the radicals want him to do, South Africa would have been like Zimbabwe today. That is why I say in politics of survival, remove sentiment. Just do the right thing. Because when you put sentiment and so that you make people happy that time, later people will start insulting you, as we are doing Azikiwe. But when you do something that you know is right, later people will call you. When the result calls, people will start praising and calling you a hero. Immortalize your name. So the time we are in is a time of making changes, departing from the status quo. Not the same, doing the same thing every time, the same thing, and you want a different result. Oh, Nigerians, you'd vote, and God will make it that the Jews are praying, imams are praying, so that you have a good leader. A good leader will emerge. How people are just in cloud coca land. We are in a world of physicality. You get the result of whatever you do. You understand? As Obasanjo put it one time, if you do what you are not supposed to do, you will get a result. Let me paraphrase him. You will get a result. Suffer what you don't want or what you don't like. And that is truth. So, the time we are in is to ask this big question. It becomes everywhere. Who is a Nigerian? When people start understanding, asking this question, but who is a Nigerian? How do you, what are the qualities or credentials for you to be a Nigerian? Who is a Nigerian? From there, people's eyes will start opening. You know, what you hear from this hallowed platform, you can never hear it from any other mainstream media. It is impossible. To Nigerians, I call dead bodies. We are trying to wake as many dead bodies as we could, bring back to life. You know, when you talk about Illuminati, people that, you know, people that have their brains illuminated, they know some things others don't know. That is it. They know some secrets many people don't know. Just like you call the wise men, they are the wise men. You understand? This is what we're supposed to be pursuing instead of pursuing shadow. Because with the wisdom, illuminated brain, awakened brain that started in Europe from 15th century, people start thinking in another way around. As my brother said, one of the callers, the difference between us and other animals, the difference between us human beings with dogs, with chimpanzee, with a lion, with monkeys, is our ability to reason critically. Human being is the only species that transformed their language into technology. That is the difference. Other animals have languages, they used to communicate, but they never one day tried to manufacture matches to warm their food, to cook their food they eat. You understand? But they eat raw food, they don't die, they grow like normal animals. Energetic. They don't try to research and have medicines to be injected, vaccinations in order to cure them from diseases. No, or heal them from diseases. No, it's only human being. So when you come to human being also, the categories, we should understand the time we are in. When people are, just like our sister said, departure from nano now into quantum, where particles can stay, in two different states at a time. Two different, you'll be here and there, communicating just from, that is where the world is now, the time we are in. And it is a pity that all that matters to Nigerians is election. Oh, voting. Oh, this voting. Have you asked yourself, what of other ones who have been voting, and things have not changed? How can people of primitive mentality, how can you, change people? How? Tell me. It's just like a Federal Republic of Nigeria, but you have the Sultan of Sokoto, the Caliphate, wielding not a figurehead, though, wielding real power. You understand? Now you are calling yourself Federal Republic of Nigeria. Britain that created Nigeria, they never call themselves Federal Republic. They are holding election. They have prime minister. They have parliament, but they never say the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Instead, they call themselves what they are: Kingdom, United Kingdom, because it's a kingdom. Only that they modified their kingdom their monarchy naturally to the system that is good for themselves, peculiar to themselves. But in Nigeria, they say, okay, now turn is America wonder, abracadabra. Just turn to democracy. Say democracy, democracy. Say democracy. Oh, everybody, you are democracy now. And you see lower animals shouting, oh, I'm an intellectual. You don't modify, you don't try to ask yourself, how are we going to progress in this thing that is being imposed on us? We are lying to ourselves. Who is a Nigerian in the first place? That is the question we want to steer. We are asking Nigerians, what made you, what qualifies you to be a Nigerian? The Fulani, they say they are Nigerians, whether they are from Sudan, whether they come from Sudan, whether they come from Morocco, whether they come from anywhere, Sahara Desert, they enter Nigeria, they are Nigerians. That is why they don't man the northern borders. Do you see it? And you want us to continue in this type of mess? Okay, somebody will enter and change the whole thing. Let us stop deceiving ourselves, please. As I said, I will continue in this topic. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, Biafra is our religion. Biafra is where we worship. Biafra is our identity. We have gone so long with no identity. But today, Biafra, we have discovered our identity. We have no other thing, no other identity except Biafra. That is the reality. Therefore, thank you for listening. From me, Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, from here, it is simply good evening.